After that. Shit, they caught me off guard. I thought they were gonna start later. They're always starting later. Testilations 1, 2, 57, 32, 100. What's up with y'all? We got the Sarah Boone bullshit, yo, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome in. Get yourselves a snack. You know what I'm saying? Get yourselves a beverage. And let's see what happens. They always start late, so I put my stream up for like 11:35 or 45, sorry. I expected them to start late, but... Well, they're late, but it seems like we're about to get this thing going pretty soon. What's up with everybody, man? I think Sarah is watching this. She better not be. Nah, they're looking at paperwork. If Sarah's watching this, she needs to get her fucking priorities in order. No, her lawyer needs to get his priorities in order if he had Sarah watching this shit. Please. Watching the live stream... Sarah don't know who the fuck Court TV is. Sarah don't know who the fuck Court TV is. The fuck? Or I hope she don't. I hope she don't, because that's not what she needs to be focused on. What's up, Miss Bentley? Who else is in here? Miss Alicia Nelson. What up with y'all, man? Will you be reading more Boone material? I don't really got too much more Boone material unless you email it to me. Last thing we did was the text messages in the Boonage Tunage phone when she was, oh my God, hi. Look at her fucking face. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, I read all the messages. I wish there were more. I sincerely wish there were more. Wait, you're in Cali 3 hours behind. Yeah, it's 10:52 over here. It's still the morning, and I shall be putting some herbalized essence into my fuck, I can't think of a secondary word. I'll put my herbal essence into my container of herbs and put flame to it. That's how early it is. Hell yeah, Amy. Why is she smiling? It's because she's a fucking psycho, guys. Come on now. Oh shit. Come on, y'all. You know why she's smiling. It's because she's unwell. Nah, she's not unwell. That's the one thing I will say. There are some people who are like psychos and shit, and they're just not well. She's just Sarah. That's just what she is. She's just a Sarah. Hold on. I'm trying to multitask right here. I'm trying to get the buds from the bag, if you know what I'm saying. No audio, man. I thought you were offering yourself to all the wives today. I was about to book my flight. Shit, come on through, Miss Ivy. Come on now. Snacks of all variations over here. You're fucking hilarious. Well, you know what? Since nothing's happening... Hold on. Whoa. Oh. Since nothing is happening, I'm going to double something up here. And we'll just go through the Sarah Boone testimony. I only covered it one time. I think it's very fitting to take a quick gander at her testimony real quick. Here we go. Here it is. Here we are. Which one is it? 12 bizarre moments? No. Let's just do the full thing.
State, do you recognize our jury?
Yep, Your Honor.
Defense, do you recognize our jury? All right, thank you. Y'all can be seated. Members of the jury, after seated and comfortable, if you could raise your hands to confirm that you complied with the court's instructions during the break. Record reflect all hands have been raised.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Where did you go to high school? Okay. And from that time, y'all moved, you and your family, your mother and father, moved to Orlando?
And my grandparents.
Okay. Y'all all moved down from Atlanta down to...
but it's
Why did you say? How long did you shake it?
This is the wrong one. Hold on. I want the one with the defense. Sarah Boone testimony defense. Hold on. I'm gonna get back into the chat right now, folks. I just want to find the testimony where she. What the fuck, big dog? Do I have to like specifically search for it? Like in law and crime live streams? That's stupid. Okay, type shit. I'm gonna find it. Hold on. For now, let me just play, I guess, her dumbass defense.
But his hand was still out.
yes,
Was he trying to get out?
much in common, and I never thought that he would be interested in someone like me, and
Thank you, everyone.
I
Glad to be here. What's up, Green Eyed Bandit?
just couldn't believe that he was actually interested in
Think
me
she will give a
and said a lot of
statement?
nice things,
Oh,
and,
no.
1 hour ended up being 4 hours from when we had first met, and then we would always have something to talk about.
Why couldn't you believe that he would be interested in you?
He was very handsome. He was very funny. He was smart, and I would show up in workout clothes and disheveled hair, and I guess I kind of felt broken from being in the process of the divorce that he knew about. But then one of the things that we could relate also was the fact that he was here in Florida because he had just been divorced from his second wife. So that was another topic that he and I could compare notes on.
So eventually,
She said that was a topic that they can compare notes on. The fuck type of topic is that? Hold on. Sarah Boone takes the stand. Day 3. Day 4. Sarah Boone. Day 4. Suitcase murder. I don't know why I have to go through. I don't know why I have to go through
the
hoops
suspect and
and fucking hurdles to find the goddamn fucking offense, bro. Look, this
The
is all
suspect-
defense.
See that they
Two.
were-
Please.
Okay, if you guys remember, hold on, before. This is actually crazy. Do you guys remember what day Sarah Boone did her cross-examination? Try searching cross-examination. That's true. I was searching on the other screen. You're right. See, 12 bizarre moments. Why don't you just show? You know what? We'll just play this whole bizarre moments. This is so fucking dumb.
I just kind of, I zipped him up. We thought it was fun.
I just kind of. Why don't you show me the full fucking video? Which is actually crazy to me. I didn't try to pre-find anything because I thought it would just be so simple to find. But apparently the internet's stupid. Day 3, Sarah Boone takes the stand. Day 4. So it has to be day 4.
Increase the
remember the question.
About a person's sanity.
On that.
I'm not going to hold you to it, Mr. Jack.
Nope.
Funny, and we're joking about how he was, I guess, small enough to fit inside of the suitcase.
Were you trying to kill him?
Never.
Did you want to kill him?
I did not.
Did you do anything to help him escape from the predicament that you zipped him up in?
No.
They were just playing hide and seek. It was all fun and games until it wasn't. Alleged suitcase killer Sarah Boone took the stand Tuesday to tell jurors what she says happened the night she reportedly zipped her boyfriend into a suitcase and left him there to die. Boone testified it was all just a joke, so how did things take such a horrific turn? We're going
What's
to take
up,
a look
Rachel?
back at the top moments from Sarah Boone's testimony. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime.
Please don't keep saying the fuck word all the time, please. Well, Elaine, I'm so fucking sorry, man. My bad. Fuck. My bad, Elaine. Sorry. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm gonna stop doing it, Elaine.
I'm Jesse Weber. Hey guys, this is a long crime legal alert. Recent studies have uncovered a link between Depo-Provera, aka the Depo shot, and an increased risk of brain tumors. Lawsuits are being filed against
Big
five
dog.
risks.
We're not trying to hear about no fucking brain tumors. Big dog. The fuck you talking about? Big dog.
Our legal sponsors is a national firm helping those injured to ensure their claims are thoroughly presented. Just visit deposhotclaims.com/sidebar to answer less than 10 questions and check your eligibility to file a claim. Let's talk about day 3 of the
It's something about people telling me what to do that just fucks me right off. You know what I'm saying? It's something about it, and you know, it's some about it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, type shit. Everybody's their own person.
highly anticipated murder trial of Sarah Boone. It was on this day that jurors were able to hear from, of all people, the defendant herself, as Sarah Boone attempted to explain the chaotic events
Cold
leading
as
up to
F
the
in
death of her
Chicago. What's
boyfriend,
up, Heather?
Jorge Torres Jr. Now, here's what we know. In February 2020, Boone was arrested at her home in Winter Park, Florida, near Orlando. Now, prosecutors charged her with second-degree murder after she allegedly forgot that George was zipped up inside of a small piece of luggage where he
Bullshit, she
suffocated.
forgot.
Investigators found videos taken on Boone's cell phone that showed George begging to be let out, while Boone seems to laugh and calls him out for apparently cheating on her. And since her arrest, Boone has gone viral, not only for the bizarre and insidious details revealed in the buildup to this trial and Jorge Torres' death, but also she's apparently very difficult to work with. Boone had various attorneys bow
Let me
out
check
due
the
to
other one.
conflicts of interest. Then others asked to be removed because working with Boone was basically impossible. The judge decided that she actually forfeited her right to counsel and that she would have to represent herself at trial, whether she wanted to or not. But her current counsel swooped in at the 11th hour to represent her. Now, Sarah Boone has claimed a battered woman's defense, a battered person's defense. And it does appear that she and Jorge Torres were in an
In my
abusive
opinion, she
relationship.
did plan it.
And essentially, this defense is a way to justify self-defense, the use of deadly force, if you were subjected to repeated abuse. Now, to be clear, domestic violence charges had been filed between the two previously, and photos of Boone's injuries, allegedly at the hands of George, were shown in court to the jury.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This shit. Let's dissect this. Sarah Boone, black eye. Oh, come on. We know. Okay, that shit. No. This is even a better picture. This is even a better picture. That shit. Really? Now let's all my beauty makeup artists, all my nail techs, all my beauty salon people, all my people out there in this world. Is that fucking that's paint, bro? Fuck you talking about? Where's the little purple? I don't see no purple. I see, you know how they say you get a black eye? Oh, she got a black eye. She got a black eye, all right. There ain't no purple, there ain't no red, there ain't no changes of color. Black. Void of light. Darkness. Bullshit, bro. Bullshit. AG, you shouldn't have smoked. Now you can't find shit. I didn't smoke yet. That's probably the reason I can't find nothing. It's because I didn't smoke yet. That's the problem. You almost had it, but you had it backwards. But, I mean, if anybody finds just the raw and cross-examination, do send it to me. But I pretty much gave up. Fuck that. Taking too long. All right, let's get back to it.
And Boone herself had a chance to tell her
Hell yeah,
side of the
Lola,
story
what's up?
on Tuesday when she took the stand. Now, she described how
Oh, I
she
gotta get
and
my Red
George
Bull
had been
before it
drinking
freezes.
heavily for most of the day in question, that they had been spending some time at home since
You
they didn't
said
have
she
money
used
to really go
eyeliner?
out. She said that they had been playing puzzles, they were doing some art projects, and then she says that George wanted to play a game of hide and seek. And shortly after, that is when things took a very deadly turn. So from here, I'm going to let you hear it from the defendant herself.
It's kind of funny how she said he was smart, but at the same time, she treats him like a child who wears a fucking helmet or something. She treats him like the man ain't got no fucking direction. She treats him like a leash baby. You know those leash babies? Raise your hand if you were a leash baby. Ain't no shame in it. Hey, if you're a leash baby, you're a leash baby. It's better than getting your ass ran over by traffic. All I'm saying is, she treats him like he's still a leash baby. Oh, he was so smart and handsome. No, you don't think he was handsome. You thought he was a dumbass.
Sarah Boone. Take a listen.
I don't even think I made it all the way down the stairwell because I was just looking for him as soon as I could to hopefully go upstairs as soon as we could. And I looked over and I saw him settling himself in the suitcase.
What did you do?
In my head, I said, oh man,
Not the leash babies.
we're obviously not going to be going to sleep anytime soon.
When you got up to him, did he see you?
Yes.
All right. Tell us what happened.
I mean,
Listen, I don't know if I'm nervous. I'm not. But I just rolled the ugliest blunt I've probably rolled in like years. This shit looked like a fucking 12-year-old did this shit. What the fuck? I just want to point that out. I'm sorry. What's up, Jim?
I just I zipped him up. We thought it was funny. And
12-year-olds,
joking
never
about
mind.
how
That's
he was
like a 12-year-old did it. What?
small enough to fit inside of the suitcase.
All right. So what happened then?
From there, it was just, we were laughing about it, and
We're laughing about it. Hold on, I
It
need
was
to
just
patch this. Is so bad.
strange that he was small enough to fit in there, and then I kind of moved it around a little bit with him in the suitcase still. It was still funny that he was still
What's
in
up,
the suitcase.
Steph Hart?
I think he and I were just
Bitch
kind
is
of
bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. This shit is messed up.
couldn't believe that he could fit in the suitcase.
You said, AG, it's about to start. Let's see. I got the volume turned up. So the second the volume cuts in, it's gonna start fucking up everything. So we'll know. It's a trigger, if you will. It's a warning, if you will. Volume is on max. Let's go.
Okay, so
Did you eventually close the top?
yes, in order for, well, the top was already closed.
Jim said, thank God my mom put me on a leash. You were a leash baby, Jim? That's hilarious. Shout out my leash babies, man. Listen, I was too docile to be a leash baby. I was just a chill guy. Just chilling type shit. I was too scared to run off. I think the leash babies are the ones who like danger. They like parachuting and shit. Leash babies like to they like to go like deep cave diving and fucking ride motorbikes up really high mountains and shit. So shout y'all out. But me personally, I was chilling. I ain't had time for none of that. Your boy was vibing.
As he was settling himself in there, that's how I knew he was in there, was because the top was kind of flopping a little bit.
So he had gotten in there high.
Using leash baby
the
from
top.
now on.
Yes,
On top of it. But you could tell he was in there.
yes,
You saw him right away.
yes,
All right. So at some point, did you zip him up?
yes.
you? And what was he saying or doing when you were zipping him up?
Baby, let
Thought
me
it
the
was
fuck
funny.
out.
Were you both
Please.
laughing?
Yes.
And so you zipped him up. Were y'all still laughing once you zipped him up?
No. Bullshit.
So again, according to Sarah Boone, this was one big joke. Now, they had consumed a ton of alcohol that day, and as the night wore on, she says it was George who started.
Bro looks drunk right there, I'm not gonna lie. Well, he is drunk right there because they usually got arrested drunk. Listen, he could have turned this shit around, folks. He could have been doing some crazy shit right now. He could have been the manager of what's it's called right now, of Ace Hardware. That bitch fucked everything up. I ain't gonna lie to you. They say the biggest roadblock to success is some pussy. And man, oh man, it might be the case.
Started this hide and seek game, and that he was the one who voluntarily crawled into the suitcase. But Boone admits that she's the one who actually zipped him up inside. But again, according to Sarah Boone, this was all just part of the fun. So why was he struggling inside the suitcase? Well, remember, at the center of this case is this 2-minute video where George is trapped inside of that suitcase, very clearly heard.
Wait, I'm hearing sound. I'm hearing sound. Oh, the sound is turned on. It's just nobody's talking. All right.
Saying he cannot breathe, begging for Boone to let him out. But according to Boone, George was violent with her. That he was violent with her on more than one occasion, and especially when he was intoxicated. So keeping him confined, she says, gave her a chance to feel safe from him. Take a listen.
That's when
Oh my God. Christine said I unhooked my leash and ran off. My mom had to go looking. Boy, I'd be so motherfucking mad. What's up, Lola? I appreciate you. Boy, I'd be so mad. I'm walking around in Target and this little fucking shit I'm already embarrassed to be in Target with the leash in the first place, okay? I worked up the energy. I worked up the mental fortitude to have people staring at me while I'm holding this child on a leash, and then you unhook that bitch and run off? Boy, listen. Man, shit, we going home for the rest of the day. Rest of the day.
I went over and decided to videotape to just see the, I guess the jest in it, for him to understand that right now I feel safe and right now I have the ability to
Word of the
actually
day,
speak to
leash.
you in a manner that normally I would not have the ability to do.
And you were intoxicated,
Yes.
and
You went off
you
in
agreed
Kmart.
that you said some things you should not have.
Yes.
Jim said hide and
You
seek
realize
house
you could
rules. You guys are stupid. Will you hide me somewhere, please?
Not get out and get at you. Is that fair?
At that moment, yes.
So it goes on for about 10 minutes.
Yes.
You heard it here today, did you not?
What's up, Cha-Cha?
Yes.
You heard his voice as he was speaking from the suitcase.
Yes.
That was his voice on the video and audio.
Yes.
And you heard your voice on the video and audio.
Yes.
That was your voice.
Yes.
All those things said by the man were said by George in that 2-minute video.
Correct.
All the words said by the female were said by you in that 2-minute video.
Correct.
Were you intending on showing him the video the next day?
Yes.
LZ said it's
At
on.
the time or the next day, was it fair to say
Sunday,
you don't
fun
even
day.
remember
Wait,
the
it's not
video
Sunday.
I do not.
It's Monday, no? It's a big ass Monday, no?
So,
Yeah, type shit.
from what you can tell from watching it, did that refresh your memory about that event?
I did.
Wait, is my window open?
Why did you say all that?
I want you all to know that the majority of the time, am always afraid and always scared.
All right, well, I understand that.
Oh, judge is in. All right. I feel it. I feel it. I know it's not going to start right now. I'm not rushing at all.
That you had
Unless
some anger.
he's actually doing shit, which I highly doubt. All right. I guess we could watch Mr. Kranick. Look at Kranick for a minute. I know Mr. Kranick is going to need 15 minutes, though. I should say, his, what the fuck do you call a judge? His honor? No, your excellence. I forgot the fuck you call him. But that guy, he's gonna take a minute. Please don't tell me this is fucking diet. No. Not the ice cold Red Bull and the blunt.
Calling State of Florida versus Sarah Boone, 2020 CF 2603, State.
Steve Kessler on behalf of the state.
Defense.
William J. for the state.
Defense.
James Owens for Sarah Boone.
Ms. Boone is seated at counsel's table. Ma'am, if you could please raise your right hand, Madam Clerk's going to go ahead and swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear or
So what I wanna see today is Judge Kranick go hard, because you know how the judges always give their actual opinion after everything's said and done. I think he's gonna say, "Yo, you foul for that. I'm gonna give you the max." That's what I think he's gonna do. Bro, if you don't stop fucking with me, bro.
Confirm the testimony about to give will be the
Damn
truth,
it.
the whole
Pay too much for the Wi-Fi, bro. I swear to God. I pay too much for the
Dr.
Wi-Fi.
Harper, the motion for downward departure, the motion for new trial, and the state's response to same. Before we proceed with any sentencing in this matter, the court needs to address the defendant's motion for new trial and the state's response to the defendant's motion for new trial. Anything in addition you'd like to argue at this time, Mr. Owens, over and above what is contained in your motion, sir?
No, sir.
State.
No, sir.
All right, after reviewing the motion and the state's response to same, the defendant's motion for a new trial is denied. Based on the court's review of the record, the court's participation in the trial, and the review of all the evidence, and the court's prior findings and rulings at trial and prior thereto. With
Well,
that,
I mean, that shit, duh. You're going to have to go to an appeals court, right? A new trial with the same judge? You're not going for that. The fuck?
I believe that we're prepared to proceed with sentencing at this time. The court has reviewed the pre-sentencing investigation prepared by the Department of Corrections. Are there any housekeeping matters that we need to address, Mr. J. or Mr. Cacciatore, before we proceed?
Not from the state.
Are there any housekeeping matters from your side of the ledger, sir, that we need to address, Mr. Owens?
Judge, I do have
45% of you say she's going to break.
witnesses that are going to testify. We've got Dr. Harper here to testify. Of course, my
She's
client-
going to cry. 45% of y'all. I didn't expect. Everybody go vote. Everybody go vote.
By Zoom, she lives up in Minnesota. I don't know if that's allowed.
We don't have an objection to that. One of our witnesses that will be providing an impact statement would also like to appear on the court's virtual link as well.
Okay, so stipulated. If you need it, just let Anita know, and I can have her email it to you right now, the link.
We do have the link. She's waiting to get on, I guess.
Who might it be, sir? It's several people.
It
here.
should be
Doesn't
Lana
too much cheese
Albert?
make you
She
shit?
is here, sir.
Last
She's
time.
in the,
You're
she's
funny, Alicia.
viewing, her camera's off and she's, microphone is muted, but she's in the lobby. All right, with that, state,
But Alicia, you see
You may
the two
proceed.
cancel out. You see what I was saying?
Your Honor, at this time, we would like to take an impact statement from, I believe, Anna Torres, who she will be appearing virtually.
Oh boy, who's Anna?
I see several guests,
Anna.
but I do not see
Isn't that
Anna
the-
Torres in
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Anna
the virtual
Torres.
lobby, sir.
Anna Torres.
Well, I think while maybe she's having some issue logging on, we have also in-person witnesses.
We can proceed with those first, sir.
Okay, Anna's gonna go last, folks. Anna's gonna go last. Isn't Anna Torres's daughter? Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Stop, I'm still blending my
Please.
Please raise your right hand.
coquito to celebrate.
Affirm the testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing
That's a wild way to say cocktail.
Ma'am, good afternoon. Could you state and spell your name for the record for us?
My name is Blanca Torres.
Okay. Ma'am, you can go ahead.
Oh, that's Jorge's mom.
Okay,
Sister, daughter,
I
right?
just
Okay, type shit.
I just want to tell Sarah Boone that I don't hate her for what she did.
Fuck Sarah.
And I always remember that evening when that lady came into my door and she knocked at the door. And she asked for my name. I said, I tell her my name. And then she said, can I come in? I said, okay, yes. And she told me to sit down. I never think that was gonna be my son. And then she said my son was dead.
Let me turn off these fucking captions.
Since that day, I can't sleep. It's hard for me to remember that moment My son is not here no more.
What do I think? Sarah's not gonna cry.
She don't only kill my son, she killed a father,
Sarah's not
a
gonna cry.
brother, an uncle. It's been hard. And my family, because all the brothers, they will always work together. But now it's like something real. Love is missing. Sometimes when I look out the window, I'm waiting for him to come and say, Mom, I love you. She was always there. She come and called me. I missed us, Mommy. The last time that I talked to him was at 12 o'clock in January, New Year. He came to my bed and said, Mom. He woke me up and I said, Mom, I love you. Happy New Year. Since that day, I don't
Yo, at
see
least-
him no more. It was my son. I love him. And I miss him a lot, and my family miss him a lot too. But I don't hurt her. But you know what? I was blessed. She ain't gonna be blessed like me because I have my son. I raised him. I have his children, my granddaughter, my grandson, and she don't gonna be able to have that. And I did. I raised him. He wasn't perfect, but he was a good son. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. State anything further from this witness?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, long story short, Sarah was playing nice. She came in, she said, "Sit down, you want me to clean for you?" This and that. She was playing nice. Fuck that. I don't think the mom ever saw
You may call your next victim impact statement.
how terrible Sarah really was, because obviously you're gonna be around mom, and you're gonna be hella nice, hella sweet. You know what I'm saying? So that's, but yeah. Thank you, LZ and Eilish for the super chat. For the gifted members and the super chat, man. You guys are awesome.
I do.
Ma'am, could you state and spell your name for the record for us, please?
Victoria Torres. My name is Victoria Torres. George is my brother. Unfortunately, my family has experienced two horrifying tragedies. I just want to make it clear that George deserves justice. As far as my other brother and Sarah deserve to rot in jail.
I like her. She my favorite so far.
Sarah has caused a lifetime of pain, a lifetime of horrible images, a lifetime of hearing my brother George plead for his life. This is just this moment for all of you. For me and my family, it's forever. Such a simple thing as using a suitcase is so triggering. I try not to close it all the way. I leave at least like 2 or 3 inches for the zipper. And it might sound crazy, but it just helps me.
But
She really has flipped my family's life upside down. And I just hope that we can truly get justice for my brother. just want to tell the team thank you so much for everything they did. Thank you.
Thank you. State anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No.
Thank you.
What did she say about, to be honest?
Could we see if Ms. Anna Torres is...
She probably was like, to be honest, that's bullshit or something, but I didn't hear what she said. She said, so
Do
she
not
left a
see
little place for him
an
to
Anna
breathe,
Torres
to be honest, and
in
then
the
she
lobby,
said something.
sir. I have lots of guests, HHSA, Mr. Beck, Lana Albert, Jason Gunn.
Let me turn this air down.
Your Honor, is there a cap to the length as to the number of individuals?
Not to my knowledge.
Could we just have just a moment?
Yes.
I think she's cooked. I forgot about all the victim statements. Sarah's cooked. She's cooked like a piece of steak. Well done. Chewy. Chewy. That's how cooked she is. Yeah, no, I told y'all Sarah's not finna cry. I forgot to tell you my opinion. She's not gonna fucking cry. I just put that poll up there as like a joke. Not a chance. You know why? It's because it wasn't intentional. And you know, I really just had to hold him by the hand a lot, and I had to create like activities all the time. It was so stressful, guys. Like you don't understand. He put his hands on me all the time. That's what's in Sarah's head right now. That's her inner dialogue is going stupid, just like that. Regrets? No, you don't understand. So Jorge, I gave him space anyway. He was supposed to come out. He was supposed to come upstairs. I left it. He must have passed out, and it wasn't intentional. The 5 years I served is all I'm supposed to have served already. Sarah's going crazy in her fucking mind. Cry? And then some of you said she's gonna cry for herself. She's not even gonna cry for herself because she's so hard-headed. She's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna fight this. And I'm gonna name Judge Kranick because Kranick was not professional. Watch it. Cry for herself, cry for someone else? Hell no. I think she will cry. This bitch not crying. And she already knows the outcome of this trial. This is round 1 for her. She lost round 1. She already knows what's happening. She's going to get a beefy-ass sentence, and she's finna go to the back. Round 2 is coming very soon in her head. Shit. To keep it real, she might be content just fighting this her whole life. She might never cry. She might just be content fighting this whole thing. That's like something, there's a tension on her. There's something to do. She has purpose now. Now she finally has a purpose. At first she didn't have purpose. Now she has purpose. Now she could wake up in the morning with a goal in mind. She might flourish in prison. Her whole stay, just fighting her case, something to do, people to teach. This is going to be the jailhouse lawyer right here. She's going to make money off of explaining to people how you're supposed to do it correctly. No, you're supposed to actually send this motion first. If you get your family to like cash at me something for commissary, I could help you. Sarah's going to flourish in there. But she's still going to be in jail. And that's going to bother her. So at least we have that going for it. That's how I see it playing out. I could be completely wrong. She might pass out and fall out and start crying and snotting and shitting herself, but I highly doubt it. She don't have a comb, that's for sure. No, her hair is fucked, bro. She woke up and she came to court. She woke up and then she came to court. There was no other steps. If you sit next to her, her breath stinks. Her breath stinks.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cacciatore.
Your Honor, after speaking
Round 2 will fall on deaf ears. Yeah, round 2 we're not even gonna cover. Honestly, I might do a video about it. But round 2, she might not even get that far. She might not even get another trial. They're probably just gonna deny her the whole
Yes,
way.
sir.
Is that it? Is that who it is? All right, ma'am, good afternoon. Can you hear us?
Good afternoon. I can hear you.
Okay.
This is the
Could
one
you
that was
please
texting
state
with her
and spell
too.
your name
So
for the
this one
record?
don't fuck with her.
My name is Ana Victoria Torres, AnaVictoria Torre. I'll be speaking for myself and my two siblings. The murder of our father
Wait,
has
why is it so
impacted us
low?
on so many levels and in different ways.
Okay.
I myself, for the first year, would wake up screaming every morning or night, wishing I was having a nightmare, only to wake up to remember all over again that my father is gone and I'll never be able to hear him say he loves me ever again. To know my siblings have been affected in such a way that they are now different. They have had a piece of their heart ripped away from them, all while her son gets to hear his mother's voice and see her alive is pathetic. Because of you, Sarah, my sister is heartbroken. Because of you, Sarah, my brother is left wondering when he will ever see his father again. The loss of my father has left me with chronic depression and anxiety. Seeing any moments of fatherly love or kindness being shown between others in real life or even on TV leaves me in complete shambles. Seeking therapy was a must in order to navigate through my workday without a random breakdown. Thoughts of my father's demise still enter my mind ever so often. I'm left either angry, sad, or sick.
No, he denied her a new trial, but he doesn't get to have the final say so. Like Kranik is just saying we're not doing that shit, bitch. I'm out. I'm going home. She's gonna go to the Court of Appeals or whatever, and she's gonna get a new trial.
A son, and above all, our father.
Or attempt to get a new trial, sorry.
He was human.
She's not gonna get it.
Deserved to be treated as such. My father,
This
Jorge
trial is
Torres,
over.
was one of a kind, an absolute gem. Unfortunately, his light was dimmed on earth by evilness, but with us, we will forever make his name live on. Especially Sarah, I pray that you see his face when you see him at night. That is it.
Yeah, a lot of people were getting that wrong. Yeah, this shit's over.
Anything further of this witness?
Sarah wanted to be like, I want a new trial,
you.
like a new
Anything
trial,
further?
same judge, if I'm not mistaken. So just we need a new trial.
Impact statements, Your Honor.
He said no.
Thank you.
Obviously,
Any
you
other
know,
witnesses
obviously.
or evidence at this point in time state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr.
Sarah
Owens,
would never
you may
unalive
proceed.
herself. She would never. She would never. Sarah's too much of a bitch to do that.
Smith.
Too much of a stubborn, bitter soul to ever do something like that.
I have no issue with her being at the podium. If you want to move about the well to conduct your
Oh,
examination,
Lord.
that's fine, counselor.
Is
Ma'am,
Sarah gonna
come on
talk?
up.
Oh no. All right, somebody else.
Coming up to this podium right here, ma'am, if you could raise your right hand, Madam Clerk's going to go ahead and swear you in.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Ma'am, could you state and spell your name for the record for us, please?
Diane Smith, D-I-A-N-E-S-M-I-T-H.
Okay, thank you very much. Counselor, you may inquire.
And Ms. Smith,
Definitely give her the max. She can possibly get 30 or 40 years. I'm not sure. I don't know what her
Chaplain at
max.
the 33rd Street Jail for 30 years.
I don't know what the maximums are
chaplain at the jail here in
or the
Orange County.
minimums.
Yes, Orange County Jail
Is it the same
for
jail
30
you're
years.
referring to?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And during
So-
that period of time, did you have occasion to
These people are talking about Sarah.
meet with
Witnesses for Sarah.
Boone?
I did.
And was it over the course of how long?
I've known her 4 years.
And if you could, tell the court what you'd like to say.
Okay. Well, I first met Sarah. She came in, we have a Christian dorm, and Sarah enrolled in our Christian program. And she was in my classes for a year, and she was very sincere in her
Witnesses for
efforts
Sarah.
to change her life and to be a better person. And I found her very helpful. She was kind and good to people. She loved to serve. And she helped the new girls that would come in, the younger girls. She would mother them and be very kind and
Ooh.
very helpful. And then
Very
after she
nurturing.
graduated from the program, I was her counselor for the other 3 years. And I always found her,
Such a nurturing
you know,
woman.
very sincere and, you know, trying to do better. I spoke with many inmates that knew her and was associated with her. And they spoke very highly of her and said that, you know,
I
she
need
was
to light this
helpful
back
and
up.
kind and tried to help other people. And I just found her to be, you know, very sincere and trying
Get
to
the
be
smell
a
of
very
bullshit
good
outta
person
here.
and change and help people.
I'm trying to get the smell of bullshit.
Oh, yes, it
Out
was
of the
all
room.
spiritual. That's our, yes, it was spiritual growth plus character, growth in character, trying to just be a better person in general. She liked to serve other people, you know, like she would help the girls wash their clothes and show them around and teach. But spiritually, she grew very, very great spiritually.
What? Who? What?
Thank you.
Hang on, ma'am, just one second.
Ma'am,
Hang on just one second, Ms. Smith. State any questions.
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, ma'am, I appreciate you.
The smile on her walk off
I'd
too.
like to call,
Did you
Christina
finish your
Pena.
morning coffee vodka? You finished your morning coffee vodka today, ma'am? Is everything? No, let me stop. Let me stop. She's a great woman. She's a nice person.
Thank you, ma'am, I appreciate you.
She's a nice lady. Just with bad takes. Everybody has bad takes every once in a while.
Yeah, it's fine, Counselor, thank you.
You know Sarah begged that lady to talk for her.
Ma'am, come on up if you can. Raise your right hand. Madam Clerk's going to go ahead and swear you in.
Do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Ma'am, if you could state and spell your name for the record for us.
Christina Pena.
Who is she?
Christina.
Christina Pena.
All right, you may inquire, sir.
Ms. Pena, how old are you?
31.
Okay, Miss Pena, young lady.
Orlando.
Now, it's my understanding, Ms. Pena, that you were in the county jail with Sarah Boone.
Yes.
How long were y'all in the same cell together?
Yes. About.
Oh
For
my
the-
God, she is
I was in
free.
there for 4 years, but we were together for 3.
Thank you, Lisa.
And I understand ultimately the charges against you were dismissed? And so you were released on what day?
April 4th this year.
2024?
2023.
2023. So you've been out for...
Good for you, Pena. You
I've
look
been out
good.
for like
You probably smell
6
good.
or so months now.
You're doing
Yeah.
good in life,
Since
hopefully.
April
Okay.
of this year, actually. Sorry.
April of 2024.
But guess what? Sarah's not
And,
going to be doing good like
You
you.
said y'all were bunkmates there together for about 3 years?
Yeah.
I would assume that y'all got to know each other pretty well.
We did.
Okay. And if you could, if you'd like to speak on her behalf to the judge.
Yes.
That was my prison boo.
Sarah's
I love
one of my
her.
best friends, my only.
Take your time.
Oh, Lord, please give us these phone calls.
She's helped me with a lot.
We need the phone calls. We need it. We need the Sarah Boone phone calls.
Spiritually,
Fuck.
like growing, and
We need it.
she's just. She helps everybody. She's always. I don't know, spirit. She helped me a lot, and she would come to me. She talked to me all the time, and pick me up when I was down, or if I didn't know something. She's good. I don't know.
Just a good
She's
person, good
She
energy, good
just-
vibes, good, yeah. Just a chill girl.
Mistakes happen. She always helped. She always helped people. She was always helping everybody in the dorm.
Type shit.
Even like her artwork. She did
Mhm.
art.
Oh, Lord,
If
this
anybody
is
needed
bad.
any help or needed anything, they'd come to her and
This is bad.
she'd help them. And even if they, did wrong to her, she would still go back and help them and praise with them and pray over them and everything. It's
Oh, she'd pray.
just,
Guys, she's a nurturer.
And was she a little bit older than you?
She's a spiritual
How
woman.
much older was she?
40s
She
or 40s.
locks people in suitcases.
Did you
Listen,
think
things
of her
happen.
as
Things
maybe a
happen,
man or a big
guys.
sister?
A
What
big
was,
sister, yeah, she was like a big sister.
Mm.
Like a sister I never had.
That's
Because I
beautiful, man.
I have brothers, so I never, we clicked right away, I don't know.
It's
We'd be
beautiful.
walking out in the backyard and she just would always try and talk to me, but I'm a quiet person and I don't trust a lot of people. So for me to open up and trust somebody, it's a lot, so.
and obviously y'all were there on a different...
I hope you're having fun,
circumstances.
Creedon.
She assisted you in getting through that.
Yes, and she helped me a lot with my, my case, and I would help her with, with hers too. We're both, justice is not what it is. I don't know how.
Bless you.
we both helped each other out. I don't know. It's just,
Ms. Vignon, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Any questions, State?
No, Your
Oh,
Honor.
thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you.
She came up there and said absolutely nothing, bro. What the fuck
Miss
did you
Hill?
go up there for? She like really helped everyone around. I think in jail you help people so that you don't get,
Yes,
you know, so that you help people because you need to. It's kind of like the unwritten rules. You clean up behind yourself. You What did you say to us? Nothing.
Ma'am, good afternoon. Could you state and spell your name for the record for us?
My name is Mariela Hill, Mariela, last name Hill, Hi.
Don't tell me another
Thank you.
inmate.
You may proceed, sir.
Ms. Hill, briefly tell us a little bit about yourself.
I met Sarah in jail. I spent 3 months in jail.
It's another fucking inmate, bro.
Went through a lot of unfortunate circumstances.
It's not Christina Pina, by the way. They
This
just
was
made a
in Orange County
mistake.
Jail here in Orlando?
Orange County Jail.
And when would that have been? Do you recall the dates?
Yes, it was April, from April to June.
Girl, go home and
And
fix your life.
And
Please.
did you develop a relationship with Sarah Boone over the course of that 3 months?
Yes, yes.
How much
we
did she
met
pay you,
when I was
sweetheart?
supposed to be dorm, and I needed help with a form that I needed to complete, and one of the COs pointed to Sarah to help me out. And since that moment, we became really good friends, and she was so helpful, so kind, so respectful and loving, not just to me, but to everyone. And I have nothing but good things to say about her, her character, her loving heart, and
Imagine the family right next to this lady.
how deep her faith is.
How deep her faith is.
in God and believing in justice for everyone. So that's what I believe.
I'm surprised she didn't turn Muslim.
State any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Hill. I appreciate it.
And she looks at Sarah and smiles.
Ms. Albert?
I
Good
got
afternoon,
you,
ma'am.
girl.
Can you hear me? This is Judge Kranick.
I
And if you
got
can,
you,
I would
girl.
ask you to turn on your camera and unmute yourself at this time, please.
Sir, how do I unmute turn on my camera? I know how to unmute, but I'm not sure how to turn the camera on.
Turn the volume down.
Whoever said that is a menace. I
that
love
better?
it.
When you join the link, there should have been an option for like a pull down on the left-hand side of the screen for you to open out or turn on a camera. I don't know what device you're appearing on, if it's a cell phone or a laptop.
It is an iPhone. Should I try to re-enter the room?
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
try to do that. There should be an option for you to pick a camera.
This man might not be another inmate.
You'll either select the default
It's a man,
camera,
right?
And hopefully we'll be able to see you at that time.
Okay, let me, just give me 1 second.
Very, very bubbly guy. Why is he yelling? Listen, he's just a super bubbly guy, okay? Sometimes you just take command of the room sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck yeah. Good morning, Monday. That's the type of guy who will send you motivational quotes at like 12 o'clock at night or some shit. He's the one friend that like sends you some like inspiring video for no reason and leaves no comment. He'll just send that shit to you like it's about to change your life. He's the guy who has a plan. He always has a plan for some shit. I could feel it. He always got a plan. We're about to 10x our money.
Did that work? Can you see
in the
me?
next 3 days.
I cannot.
Shoot.
I fuck
Yeah,
with
it's
him
saying
though.
default camera. It's saying front camera. I chose it. It didn't show my face or anything like that.
Just talk, sweetheart. Imagine a grown man telling you to just talk, sweetheart. That's crazy. Fighting words.
No objection to the witness making their statement here telephonically.
Okay, appreciate it. All right, Miss Albert, good afternoon. If you could just state and spell your name for the record for us, please.
Certainly. Lana, Lana,
Oh.
Albert, Albert.
Okay, I'm sorry. I heard Albert. I thought it was a
Ask you
dude.
some questions. And if you could just answer them, ma'am,
Juana
I would
Albert.
greatly appreciate it. Sir, you can proceed.
Oh,
Miss Albert, do you have the ability to turn your
okay.
volume down?
Yes, I just did. I can't hear you very well when I do that, though.
You can't hear me?
just let it
I can hear you,
ride.
but very, very quietly.
Let it
How
ride.
about now?
Yes, I can hear you. Am I okay?
Yeah, you sound a lot better. You were too loud earlier.
Okay,
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
All right, Miss Albert, tell the court a little bit about yourself briefly.
Well, I live in Minnesota. I currently have end-stage renal disease. Before I became disabled, I was a business owner in the Twin Cities here.
All right, and how old are you?
I am 50 years old.
Oh God, this is like a prison
you're
friend, like a
considered
phone call
disabled?
friend.
Yes, I am.
All right. And have you had an occasion since this event to establish a relationship with Sarah Boone?
Yes, I have. We have been friends for the past a little over 11 months.
And how do y'all communicate?
We've communicated a lot of phone calls, lots of tablet back and forth, and a lot of letters as well.
It's
I'd say
a
many, many,
fucking
many
pen pal,
hours
bro.
of
I
time
knew it.
spent with each other.
Listen.
And you want to speak on her behalf here today?
I would, please.
Okay, while they're talking,
All right,
there,
would you
I
please
know
tell the
this
court
type
what
of
you
a
would like for
person.
the court to know?
You could hear it in the
Thank
voice.
you very much. And thank you very much, Your Honor, for the privilege of speaking on behalf of my friend Sarah
We
Boone.
need the phone calls. I'll
I
say
also
it
want to
again.
extend my heartfelt condolences
Fuck
to
you.
everyone here affected by this terrible tragedy, which has brought us all here and listening in.
It's a pen pal.
Many, many articles and videos and opinions of Sarah have gone out in the airways and on the webs. Opinions that have been formed and commented on so much that it's hard not to give into the temptation to treat people like a comic book or a fictional character.
Oh, she's reading.
In the case of my friend Sarah, the words narcissist, Karen, villain, many other things, they roll off the tongue with little regard to the humanity that is dismissed so flippantly. And under a lot of circumstances, I was one of those people, as I have a love of true crime. And becoming friends with Sarah has shown me that there's a lot more depth to the people I see on the screen.
It's a
I'd like
fanatic
to share with the world
weirdo.
and
It's
with
just
the
a
court
weirdo.
about the Sarah Boone that I know.
They have a weirdo
Sarah
talking
Boone is a
in
kind,
court. A
honest, and good
random.
person. The Sarah Boone I know is one who loves animals.
This is the person
especially
who
the kind
takes it
are
too far.
damaged and defenseless. How many of us would take in and pour love for a hearing impaired and a sight impaired pair of dogs? She has a natural instinct to help reach out and give of herself. Her time and energy and love, especially to those who are hurting or damaged. You all have seen her fight for her own life and truth here. I tell you this, she fights even harder for those she loves, giving time, attention, and
I'm
companionship
sorry.
without a single
I'm sorry. I had to pause it. I was trying to keep up with the live. I have to fucking pause it. She says she takes care. What? She has the heart of a person who would take care of two impaired, blind dogs. What the fuck are you talking about? Remember when the court was when the trial was going on, and I said the only reason they brought up the dogs was because Sarah wanted it brought up. It's not because of her lawyer bringing that up. Sarah insisted that they brought that up. They did that. She did do that for emotional jabs to the jury. That's the crazy. We were all like, "What was the point of the blind and deaf dogs?" No, just sad. Just something sad. Sarah reminded her before this hearing. Remember, bring up the blind dogs. Did you write it into your speech? Okay, because oh my God, it's gonna really be so touching. She confirmed it. What the fuck?
For her own gain or what somebody can do for her. And one huge example is in the matter
And then they show the
of our
family.
friendship. As I said before, I have end-stage renal disease caused by a genetic illness called polycystic kidney disease. As my life has progressed, things I have taken for granted have been taken away from me. I could not appear in court in person because I can no longer walk, as my dialysis treatments have affected the circulation of my legs and has confined me to
What
a
does this
wheelchair.
have to do with?
To say that my life has radically changed is an understatement. Through it all, I have many friends and family I love and cherish.
Go talk to your
Sarah
family.
has distinguished herself differently in this way. In the course of getting to know her, I started sharing the progressing state of my health. It was like lightning had struck her.
They shouldn't allow this to go on. There's gotta be they shouldn't allow this fuck shit to happen. They should not allow this fuck shit to take place. But I guess you gotta be fair. And then the thing is, this lady could go on for an hour if she wants to, right? She has the floor. This is insane. But I guess we gotta be fair. That's what they need to put time limits on people. They probably do have time limits. They need to start putting time limits on people because this shit is crazy.
The moment Sarah...
Bitch, we're talking about your problems. What are you... I'm so confused, bro.
I had learned the depth of my struggles health-wise. She straight up offered strenuously to donate a kidney to me. I gotta tell you this. I hope she's not mad for me showing this, but she had no hesitation, no concern over personal risk or personal gain. I want to convey to this, out and around the world, that is merely offering is a good and heroic act. I've had many friends. I've not had one outside of my brother who has offered me a kidney. That is huge. I don't have anything of equal value to give to her. And that's not the actions of a narcissist. She did it as a reflex action, as a good person.
Please go talk to your family.
After the verdict came in October, we spoke that night. And I hope Sarah doesn't get mad at me again for disclosing this. But
Oh, Sarah loves that you're disclosing
out of
it.
all the shock and seriousness of what had happened in the court...
Oh, there she is!
The thing that made her emotionally break...
Oh, no.
...was that she realized she could no longer be a donor to me.
What?
I mean, I was sitting there like, hey, you know, it's going to be okay. But she was so broken up, she couldn't help me.
That's Jorge's story.
That's a friend. She is not, nor does she come up anywhere remotely close to being a narcissist.
This is gonna go on for a while, guys.
And one more thing before I go.
Oh.
Social media has worked to rip the blindfold off of Lady Justice.
No, it
To
hasn't.
take the sword out of her right hand and start assassinating Sarah's character. However, the scales are the balance. As it says in Psalm 85, mercy and truth are met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. Justice isn't justice without mercy. Our pursuit of righteousness isn't complete and right without peace.
What is happening, bro?
Thank you, Your Honor, for the honor of speaking for my friend Sarah Boone.
Okay, all
I
right.
hope that your justice...
I gotta talk. I'm gonna leave it going live. That is fucking crazy. Hold on. She's telling the judge, I hope that your justice what?
No, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Albert. I appreciate you.
Okay, they're not saying
Like to
nothing.
call Dr. Harper?
Okay, he's gonna call Dr. Harper. That is insanity, bro. You know they had the most heartfelt phone calls over the phone for days and days and days and days and days. They're sending letters to each other. They love each other. Imagine Sarah has the Wade Wilson complex and they have all these weird fucks coming to bat for her. That is insane. She actually came. I've never really seen some shit like that. She just came into the courtroom, some random weirdo who took law and crime content a little too far and just came and just said what she had to say. Doesn't this person need dialysis? That's an all-day thing. She can't be. She's not being compliant. What does that mean? Listen, I don't know. But anyways, let's get back to it.
Your testimony, so the judge knows quite a bit about your testimony, but if you could, I know that you prepared a report, and we have submitted that to the court, which the judge read, the state has a copy.
That's gonna make the judge give her more time.
If you want to refer to that, or just speak on your own about Sarah Boone.
I'd be like, fuck it, give her an extra 10 years. Just a little extra seasoning.
I think that during trial testimony, I reviewed all of the documents, excuse me, and all of the records that were available. They're documented in my report as well. In addition to the forensic clinical interviews that I conducted, I also have had the opportunity to talk to her brother, Philip Paulson, in the interim since the trial and I included his information in my report as to her family background.
This is trial 2.0. They're still having the trial. The trial is still happening.
What your findings are, or and what you uncovered maybe from the brother, whatever you think the court needs to hear this relevant material to his decision in this case.
So referring to the summary section of my report, I'll keep it a brief, but I'll outline the highlights that I feel like haven't been conveyed before, which is an understanding of Ms. Boone's early family life, in that she is the middle child of her parents' union. And that
We're
her
still
parents did not
having the
have a
trial.
marriage. They didn't provide an opportunity to have a good role model as to how to have a partnership together.
I wonder how many
Ms.
more
Boone was
witnesses
born
she
in close
has.
proximity to her youngest brother, 11 months apart. And in my clinical experience and training, I would say that that disrupted her attachment with her mother, some being close in proximity with her younger brother, whose temperament just seemed to suit a relationship with her mother better than her own. So ultimately, Ms. Boone bonded with her father.
They
Though
just
he
called it
wasn't
middle
described
child
by either
syndrome.
child as an affectionate person. He was somebody that was there for her at sporting events and more of a primary parent for her in that way. His untimely death by heart attack during her high school years
Tragic.
Was
That
marked
sucks.
by her brother as a turning point for her.
That heart
in
attack
how
shit will get
she,
you every time.
Was acting at home, her demeanor, her relationship with her mother took a turn for the worse as she was not coping well. She was using substances based on what her brother was saying. And it is my opinion that that early lack of foundational relations with her mom and not feeling very secure, the death of her father, destabilized her. That's a period of your life.
Not
when leaving high school
destabilization.
when you should have formed a very solid foundation to
Anything
go out
but
in
a
the world. And I
destabilization.
don't think that that's what she had at that moment.
Anything but that.
She bonded easily with Mr. Boone, and you can see that there are elements of that early difficulty with her relationships because she took on a parentified role, in my opinion, during that relationship.
Naturally.
And therefore, there's a power imbalance in
Naturally,
that she was
naturally.
making decisions and not, again, having an equal relationship. I think that that led her to a sense of being,
How did
I
she
need
get
to be
these
right,
people to
I
talk?
need to feel like she is the one that's making good decisions.
How did she get how did she get
to
these people to
have some
talk
ego
is my
support by
question. That's my biggest question. How did she get so many witnesses to actually show up?
being in the right all the time with Mr. Boone. And I think that that led to some behaviors that she carried over into her relationship with Mr. Torres, in that she's parentified around him and
Love that
acting
word.
more like a parent-child relationship,
Parentified.
being a facilitator of housing and
I love that word. That's-
applications for jobs and things like that. So again, there's a power imbalance that I think was very seriously misaligned as her brother and
Not the misalignment.
the property manager of their
Fuck.
apartment had verified they saw her being abused, physically abused
Not
in
the
serious
misalignment,
ways,
bro. That's
or the
crazy.
effects of the abuse and bruising, or calls to them. It is my opinion that she called for help, but when people got tired of her not leaving Mr. Torres, they stopped
Mm-hmm. Reaching
responding
out.
to those calls.
Of course.
And basically, Ms. Boone handled things on her own, and as other people with healthier boundaries probably would have left, she being acting out the pattern of intimate partner violence did not leave.
You think she's getting
She
paid?
stayed
How is Sarah paying
long
her?
past when it would have been smart for others, or others would have said to leave, sorry.
How is Sarah paying her?
The undergirding of that not leaving the relationship is a long-term anxiety problem that became post-traumatic stress disorder. There is an earlier instance of exposure to traumatic stress in that she was the person in the hospital after her father died who found him having
Now she has
students perform
PTSD?
CPR on his dead body. So that was an early exposure to high traumatic stress, witnessing that incident.
Do you
And
notice how everybody has PTSD when they're guilty? Do you notice how everybody just develops that shit? Who was the last person who developed PTSD? We had, of course, we had Shonda. She just had PTSD and all the SDs, all that shit. We had Shonda. We had Boone suddenly develops PTSD. Oh, Wade Wilson developed PTSD. Bro, we are having a PTSD pandemic right now, and somebody needs to look into it. There needs to be a study, and we need to help these 30-year-olds who have never seen anything serious in their fucking lives, lived in the first world country their whole life. We need to talk about the PTSD they're experiencing. It's crazy. We need
based
to.
on her brother's description, that was something that changed her. When a person is exposed to numerous compounding stressors, their adrenaline system is changed. It alters your body. And things
That
that might be an
PTSD.
otherwise neutral situation,
That PTSD.
you tend to have a cascading adrenaline response to that. And I think that that ultimately, for her, as she succumbed to other instances of serious physical abuse from her partner,
That PTSD,
became
boy.
post-traumatic stress disorder.
Then we
I do
just
think
zip
that
them in
that
a suitcase
is
because
a
that's my
condition
response.
That is still existent even while she's in jail. It's something that she needs treatment for because those triggers are unmitigated, meaning that she hasn't really had the kind of therapy to address them and reduce her adrenaline and anxiety responses when she thinks of
What's
past
up, Puma?
instances of,
Miss Fox, we
traumatic
are live. We
events
are
that
on a
happened
live
to
stream.
her. You can also
If you didn't know.
respond to post-traumatic stress disorder clinically by using antidepressant therapy, and that would be something that could assist her ultimately in reducing symptoms if she had counseling and antidepressant therapy.
Now, Dr. Harper, I know that you had testified in the trial that, in your opinion, she suffered as a battered spouse, the syndrome that
We're still on trial.
to Florida.
Battered spouse?
That's correct.
And I understand that is tied to this intimate partner violence, which is maybe the same thing, but there's a complex mental health issue that ties into that. Can you speak on?
We're still on trial. We're still on trial. This is the craziest thing.
Cycle that one such as Sarah Boone and George Torres were involved in?
Certainly. So intimate partner violence is not a diagnosis. It's a pattern of events that occur between two partners in which the power dynamic is altered by the physical abuse or
Who
behaviors
is
that
she?
are controlling in nature to the point that someone's safety is threatened. It's common for victims of that to have
Just
a
because she has on a
complex mental
suit
health condition,
doesn't mean
often
she's
including
not
depression,
cuckoo. Who the
anxiety,
fuck
and
is she?
substance abuse problems. And what might be substance abuse to cope with the problem, like numbing oneself, will sometimes result in its own diagnosis. The pattern of intimate partner violence, I think we covered in the trial, but just in summary about that, there are phases in which at first the bonding of the two partners might be something
I've never seen
positive.
some shit like this.
They've got something in common or have pleasurable
I ain't never seen no shit like
time
this.
together. And then the secondary phase of that is when there is change in dynamic and some kind of traumatic event occurs, some instance of
I thought
physical
these were
violence.
statements.
And then there's a third phase in which it's like a honeymoon phase where they're trying to right the relationship. So in phase one, when they're having something pleasurable, the tone shifts. Phase two, there is some kind of incident. And phase three, there's a honeymoon phase. As that pertains to anxiety, I think that a person who suffers from intimate partner violence never stops experiencing that hypervigilance, waiting for the next instance of violence to occur. So even though they may look happy, they might be experiencing something positive, they've not really relaxed because their memory that could or will occur again is still in their mind. So they haven't fully stopped experiencing.
This is all at
intimate
the
partner
voice of Sarah.
violence. It's just
And I feel like her lawyer might have told her, hey, this is going to make you look worse. The judge might actually decide to, the judge is still a human being. if the judge says the minimum is this, but you know what? I'm just going to sprinkle on a little extra because you're a bitch. I mean, he can do that. So, you know, but Sarah said, nah, let her ride, let her rip. This is the one that's going to get me off for sure. Let her ride. And that's what the fuck they did.
What phase of the process they're in.
Now, and Dr. Harper, it goes into more detail in your report, which I supplied to the court, which is a total of 11 pages, and I believe that's confidential document that's been filed.
That's what's been marked. I don't believe it's been filed in the court file.
Okay.
If it has, that's something if it needs to be, it's something we can address. I have reviewed it. It does reflect confidential privilege information on the first page. I don't believe it's been filed in the court file unless you did it. Okay. It already has been? All right, appreciate it.
Under seal.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, sir.
And Dr. Harper, you're aware that the defense has filed a defendant's motion for downward departure.
Yes.
And we've listed several factors under paragraph 3, the capacity of the defendant to appreciate the criminal nature of her actions and conform with the requirements of law were substantially impaired, that she requires specialized treatment for a mental disorder that is not related to substance use or addiction, although you agree that she does suffer from alcohol use disorder.
So she has an underlying mental health disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and I additionally diagnosed her with alcohol use disorder, which is separate.
But you agree she does require specialized treatment for a mental disorder that's not related to the substance use?
You know, it would be funny. What would really fuck her over if the judge is like, you know what? I order you to like 40 whatever years just because you're an asshole. And we're going to make sure you're on the craziest medication regime ever and have you like a goddamn zombie every day just because you have all those mental issues. Or even worse, she has to do all that time in like a mental hospital. That shit's not going to be good, bro. Because if you're not crazy around actual fucking crazy, life is not going to be too cool. And those facilities, some would say, I've heard, I've seen on documentaries, I don't know anyone who's ever been in there. It's not good. It's like hell. So the best thing that could come out of this is that the judge decides to put her in a type of facility that's going to make her life even worse. That's all that this can do. That's the only result that can come of this. You need treatment, sweetheart? Well, let's give you some treatment. Oh, you're going to go see the devil over there in the medication prisons. Fucking medication house. Adriana, thank you for the 5, man. Miss Furniture Home Decor. 25 more likes and my husband won't be put in a suitcase later. Come on, guys. Fuck yeah. Hey, shout you guys out for the likes, man. And thank you, Miss Adriana. Hit them likes. And Lisa was saying gifted memberships at a certain number of likes. Hit them likes, folks. I appreciate y'all.
That's correct.
And you agree that she's amenable for treatment?
Yes.
And you would agree that she acted under extreme duress in this unique homicide case?
Yes.
And you would agree that the uniqueness of the circumstances, the facts and circumstances surrounding the case, that the offense was committed in an unsophisticated manner?
Yes.
And it was isolated.
That's my understanding as well.
Other than she had the charge where both of them were charged at one time, and I think she had the strangulation allegation, the felony case that was ultimately dismissed when both of them were arrested.
She had a prior felony case. The facts are different, of course, than this particular case where we're here today.
Dr. Harper, I believe that's all the questions I've got, unless you would like to say anything.
Oh, Lord. Is she going to add something?
No, I think
Okay, and if not, it's in the report.
yes.
Any questions?
Yes, may she take the stand so I can take the podium?
Yes, that's fine.
Can she take the stand so I can take the podium? Oh, Lord. What is going on? I know the family is like, what the fuck? Bro, the judge is going to say, listen, the judge already wrote his statement down. The judge not going to change nothing. What are we doing? Yo, Christine, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, man. That's actually crazy. Shout out Christine, everybody. And she's deep into the memberships also. Shout her out for just being a vibe, man. Appreciate you, Christine. Fuck yeah. Christiane. Sometimes I see the first thing of the word and I just be going with it. Christiane. Thank you so much, Christine. I appreciate you, Miss Christiane. Is today the sentencing? The sentencing is currently happening, my good sir. If it ever, see, people are coming into the chat and they don't even know what the fuck's happening because because this shit turned into a trial, bro. But yeah, today is technically, I mean, today is the sentencing, but we're having a mini trial. We're having a fucking mini trial with cross-examinations, sir. That's what's happening. Crazy.
Pages 1 and 2 of your report, you go through the sources of your information, correct? Yes. And that would include 8 interviews that you had with her from
Look
the
at
course of
her.
August of 2020.
Go home and
through
take care of your
September
kids.
2024, correct?
There were 9 interviews, but 8 dates of service are listed.
You did the Miller
Go on a
Forensic
date with your
Assessment of
husband.
Symptoms test, or
Fuck.
MFAST.
That's right.
Inventory of legal knowledge, ILK.
That's right.
Clinician administered PTSD Scale 5 examination.
Yes.
You consulted with her attorney.
Yes.
Videotaped interviews from this court case number of Sarah Boone, interview part 1 and 2, Abraham Moreno interview, Brandon Moats interview, Brian Boone interview, Juan Torres interview, and Melissa Sexton interview, correct?
Yes.
You reviewed the autopsy photos.
Yes.
You reviewed some of the digital forensic exhibits, including the Apple iPhone XS and a Samsung SMJ 327 T1 photographs from those 2 devices.
Yes.
You reviewed Bates stamped discovery pages 1 through 413.
That's correct.
The crime scene photos are photos of a scene taken on June 19th.
Her smiling kind of pisses me off.
Aspire Health records.
Yes.
And who do those pertain to?
Aspire Health records are for Sarah Boone.
Florida Hospital Medical Group records.
Yes.
And who do those records pertain to?
That is also for Sarah Boone.
And Aspire, is that a mental health treatment facility?
It has an emergency department record, but that would be the place where she was detained under the Baker Act.
And it is routine and common in the practice of forensic psychology or psychiatry to rely on the records of other such practitioners.
As a source of information, sure.
You reviewed the deposition of Dr. Tanya Warner.
I did.
You reviewed the trial testimony of Sarah Boone, Brian Boone, Dr. Michael Brannon, Dr. Tanya Werner, correct?
Yes.
The jury verdict form dated 10/25/24.
Yes.
Witness list notice of filing amended
Yes.
on this case. Records of Jorge Torres or George Torres involving case numbers 2019 MM 5114, a 911 call in PDF, case 2019 MM 7193, case 2019 MM 7193, Torres Public Records, case 2019
I forgot we could skip this.
7193 Torres Photos, Central
What is
Florida
going on?
Primary Care
My shit
Records,
froze.
Advent Health Orlando Medical Records, correct?
Yes.
And those latter records that
My whole thing froze. What is going on?
I
Hold
just
on.
mentioned, those
There we
were
go.
for Mr. Torres and not Ms. Boone, correct?
That's right.
Then you reviewed Sarah Boone written correspondence, Sarah's listing of domestic violence incidents, Sarah's writings.
We could skip this.
Hours.
We're behind on the live stream, so this is perfect. We could just skip it and get current. Is my system fucked up? Hold on.
Because you did not review the records.
That's right.
I don't have any other questions.
Any redirect examination?
No, Judge.
All right, thank you.
One question. Dr. Harper, I didn't ask you to
Oh.
review those records, did I?
No.
Hold on, I have
Thank
to
you.
delete some things.
Judge, I believe you said it at the very beginning that I had submitted several letters on behalf of Ms. Boone, and she didn't hear that, but I wanted her to be made aware.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me one moment,
You
guys.
don't
I have
actually
to.
read those letters into the record, but you did read them.
I have reviewed
fuck
them.
me, bro.
They're in my binder here.
Okay, I had to leave the chat real quick. I have to delete something. My system slowed down. I was like, what's going on? I'm running on like 600 megabytes of fucking memory. That's why. Empty recycle bin. Okay. And delete 2 of these. I'm so sorry, people. We should be cool after this. What the fuck? Delete big dog. That's all I want you to do. All right, we'll just drag it.
How many do I have? Yes. Give me a second, I can tell you. I have,
Okay, there we go. Hey, DB Bentley, I appreciate you
I
for the
have
20.
6 handwritten letters.
Thank you for the big fat super
First
chat,
one is
man.
1
Shout out
page.
Bentley.
Second one is 2 pages. Third one is 1 page.
Throw a tomato
Fourth
in the
one
chat.
is 2 pages. Fifth one is 2 pages.
Thank you, Bentley.
Sixth one is 2 pages. I have a typed letter from Diane Smith, the assistant chaplain. I have another typed letter from a...
So he's trying to make sure the judge got everything. Jesus. Okay, I'm going to skip some of this.
Nicole Ray.
What is going on? Why is it lagging like this? Oh my God. I got way too excited. Hold on. I got way too excited. Hold on. I got way too excited. Hold on. I got way too
Email.
All right, let's do it.
A typed letter from Philip Paulson.
Man, I knew this
Email
crazy
from
this
Lana
lady was going to
Albert.
talk, bro.
2 pages in length. And a 2-page email from a Danielle Parsons.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I would like to call Sarah Boone.
You may proceed.
If you could take this down.
Yes, please.
I knew she was going to talk. I knew she was going to talk. But I was like, but she might not. You know, I was like, but she might not talk. I'm sorry, let me cut some of this
Boone, you
stuff
can be
off.
seated. You've been previously sworn.
Let me cut some of this shit off.
You may inquire, sir.
Okay, here we go. Oh, you gave me a heads up, Jim? Ha.
State your name again.
Sarah Boone.
All right. Now, this is unlike a trial, so you're allowed to speak in a narrative form.
You thought she was gonna cry, bro? You thought she was gonna cry? You guys thought Sarah was gonna fucking... Get the fuck out of here. Now, she might cry, but she's not gonna cry. You know what I'm saying? She might, like, cry on stand, but trust me, she's been practicing that cry for a while.
As well as I understand you have taken some notes or written a letter that you want to read from, and then you want to speak to the court after that.
Yes.
Oh, she's gonna cry. She's gonna
Go ahead and get
cry. Wait. This is so good. This is so good. I love this.
This is actually an edited version.
Oh, wait. Never mind. I thought she was trying to work herself up. She's like, I could have done this better. I would have had that set up already. But anyway.
I had a lot to say. I've had a lot of time to think about things, and I didn't really know how to put it on paper. And I didn't know how much I could say or how
Oh, God.
little I should say. So what I have here is, like I said, an edited version. But I would like to read
The
more important parts
The edited version.
that I feel that everyone should know that wasn't said in my actual trial.
Okay.
And on top of what I have on paper, I have, this is just the tip of the tip of the tip of the iceberg. So I wanted to read this, and then if I may, I would like to address everyone in my apology on top of my statement.
Wait, what? Okay.
You
Okay.
may proceed, ma'am.
Kentu sukuroi is a kind of Japanese ceramic style which means to repair with gold. In this tradition, when a ceramic piece breaks, an artisan
She's starting off with a parable, or a great analogy, a wise beginning. She's about to impart knowledge, guys. This shit, but it's because she's smart though. You know what I mean? She's very intelligent. The start is so crazy.
You may proceed, ma'am.
The beginning, I love. You know it's gonna be a wild. You know it's gonna be a wild show when the beginning starts about a ceramic pot. You know it's about to be okay.
Kentu Sukuroi is a kind of Japanese ceramic style which means to repair with gold. In this tradition, when a ceramic piece breaks, an artisan will fuse the pieces back together again using liquid gold or gold dust lacquer. So rather than being covered up, the breaks become more obvious and a brilliant new piece of art emerges from the brokenness. It embraces flaws, weakness, and imperfections, and also teaches the essence of resilience. Every crack in a ceramic piece is a part of its history.
Thank you, Jim.
And each piece becomes more beautiful because it has been broken. This is the wisdom of Kentu Sukuroi. In my wisdom and with all of my repairs, then, now, and ongoing, God is, has been, and will always be my artisan.
Let me shut the
All
fuck
of my
up.
gold is forgiveness. This has held me together, made me shine brighter, and overcome the damage caused by Jorge Torres, the Torres family, the justice system, Orange County Corrections Department.
And she's calling out the family. She's throwing jabs at the family. Fuck you guys. I forgive you guys. Fuck y'all. But I forgive you though because I have all this peace in my heart. I have all the peace. Fuck the. Wow. Fuck the Torres family. Fuck the jail staff. But I forgive you. That is the craziest shit I've ever heard. I thought she was going to say, I'm sorry and I've learned.
Will always be my artisan. All of my gold is forgiveness.
All of her gold is forgiveness. This shit is poetic as fuck. I forgive you guys. Mic drop.
This has held me together, made me shine brighter, and overcome the damage caused by Jorge Torres, the Torres family, the justice system, Orange County Corrections Department, social media,
Middle
scoundrel
fingers up.
detectives, infamy, defamation, ongoing constitutional rights violations, second-degree murder, forced into being pro se. Just as gold is very precious, forgiveness is invaluable.
I forgive you fucking scum.
Forgiveness is not an attempt to change or forget who, what, or how you've lived through to be so gold, but an act of grace, humility.
And guess what, Judge Kranick? I forgive you. I forgive you. Now sentence me, motherfucker.
And considerable self-compassion to be set free from sorrow. Withholding forgiveness denies your brilliance and adds even greater grief and deeper heartache. Irreparable cracks on top of the already that no one deserves, no matter the pain or disappointment, untruths or injustice. It doesn't matter. As the more broken you are, even though now different than before, you've become more outstanding and more extraordinary. Above all, when you let go of blame, misunderstandings, excuses, give up your anger and cease from resentment, this is forgiven. And when you forgive, you heal. And when you heal, you move forward.
And you stay in jail.
My
You-
goal
you move
begins
forward in
with
jail.
Jorge Torres, and every time he slapped me, kicked, punched, spit on, raped, stabbed, choked, laughed at, pushed, pulled, dragged, whipped, tripped, stole from, lied, terrorized, threatened, humiliated, forced, degraded, made me cry. Every time he tried to end me, defeat, or destroy.
Wait, she didn't even punctuate it. She just commaed and continued. I don't know about Sarah's writing. This is some schizophrenia writings, man. I swear to God. She listed a whole, anyways. He R-worded you. He did that too. He did everything to her. I'm surprised she's even alive right now. He did like 25 things to her. He did like 45 things to her. He did like 100 things to her in that one sentence. That one sentence. Spit, degraded, made me cry, raped, punched, kicked. What else? What happened? How are you still here?
I forgive George for beating me senseless, for trying to sleep because I had to go to work or my son.
Bro, she has 5 pieces of paper, bro. You can't see it. Maybe you can. She has 5 pieces of paper, bro. Bro, she has 5 pieces of paper, bro. I don't know if you guys see it. It's at least 4 or 5. She pulled that. That's a lot of paper. I'm gonna continue.
Field trip the next day. For ruining my deceased family's heirlooms,
Yeah, that's
traditions,
like 5
and
pieces.
keepsakes, my son's furniture, destroying the television we watched together. For wrecking our townhome by breaking windows, punching holes in the walls and doors, ramming his entire body into glass doors,
Nice.
kicking in my front and back door over and over and over. For breaking or removing the locks from all of the doors and sometimes the knobs altogether, so I had nowhere to feel safe,
I wish I could have
including
read
the sacred
this.
space of my son's room where he beat me bloody on his bed. For terrorizing and threatening my blind and deaf dogs by leaving the gate open I built to keep them safe, telling me he hoped I'd find their bloated dead body in the pond or scrape their remains off of the pavement, for kicking them off of the bed and throwing across the room because they were trying to protect me.
Bro, why the fuck do you have to put them down? Why the fuck do you have deaf now playing? I actually went to Thanksgiving and there's this like halfway deaf dog. He's the chillest dude ever. Why do you keep bringing the dogs up? Why do you keep bringing up the fucking dogs? At this point, if Judge Kranick does not address these dogs, he's not a real one. He's got to address the dogs specifically. Mr. Your judge, you gotta do it. This shit is crazy.
For threatening to make me unrecognizable to my son by breaking all of the bones in my face, like his brother Moses did to him after he kept seeing all of the bruises from George beating me, like all of the times their father beat their mother. For all of the drunken rages and fist fights with so many neighbors when wandering into their apartments during hunting expeditions after I had escaped. For drowning me in liquor and wine because I didn't want to drink.
For drowning you in liquor and wine. He forced the bottle in her fucking throat, bro. Bitch, if you don't drink, I'll kill you. Drink this fucking wine, bitch. The fuck you talking about?
Me to urinate on myself, then butting the end of the bottle in my face, giving me 2 black eyes and a
Let
bloody...
me back this
to
up. She
escape
urinated on
when
herself.
wandering into their apartments during hunting expeditions after I had escaped. For drowning me in liquor and wine because I didn't want to drink, causing me to urinate on myself, then butting the end of the bottle in...
No, see, we call that pissy drunk. That's what we call pissy drunk. You just would get pissy drunk all the time, dumbass. That means, listen, it takes a while to get pissy drunk. That means Jorge was right there with all 103 pounds of himself, forcing that bottle down your throat, then getting another bottle and forcing that bitch down your throat, and then probably getting like half a bottle because we know your tolerance is through the fucking roof. So it had to be like 2 bottles, right? He did all that. He took 2 hours to get you pissy drunk. That makes sense. Like, what are you, man? She might need medication for real though.
my face, giving me 2 black eyes and a bloody nose.
Type shit.
For making me experience what it is to be sodomized.
What?
Threatening to kill my friends
Nah.
and the neighbors when they checked on me to make sure I was alive and in one piece.
What is sodomy?
For threatening to burn down our townhome and set my car on fire because I got a job.
Is that different than like?
For holding me hostage on weekends, my son was supposed to come over by keeping my keys around his neck, my phone in his crotch, and a butcher knife stuck in the middle of the table.
Hold on. That we're not gonna keep up with this. We're not gonna keep up with the live stream. So I'm sorry. I have to back that up. She said forced to engage in sodomy. I was like, wait. I guess I just never called it that before. I guess I just never, I would just hear sodomy and I would just be like, oh, that's like something bad sexual. Never, sodomy refers to anal or oral intercourse. So now you're just snitching yourself out. You didn't have to tell anybody you guys were butt fucking, but now we know. We didn't need to know that. He forced you into sodomy? It takes a little, listen. It takes a little effort to put it up in that crevice of the body. So, I mean, forced sodomy, man, I don't know, Sarah. I don't know. I wonder if there were some butt plugs found in that house. Sodomy, and you have like 3 butt plugs? I'm just saying. Anyways.
for threatening to burn down our townhome and set my car on fire because I got a job.
I backed it
For
up.
holding me hostage on weekends my
AG,
son was
the
supposed to come
soundbites.
over by keeping my keys around his neck, my phone in his crotch, and a butcher knife stuck in the middle of the table as a warning not to ask anything or try to leave.
This isn't real, bro.
For stabbing me in the leg and not letting me call 911
bro.
for an ambulance or seek help, where I nearly bled to death until I concocted a lie to save him from being arrested. For destroying my phone with a hammer because my son called. For me experiencing ever being arrested
Hold
and
on,
after
I'm waiting
today,
for it.
prison.
I'm waiting for it.
For beating me almost blind, crushing my occipital lobe.
Damn.
For having me experience what it means to see stars, like in the cartoons, where a character has a tall lump on their head.
It's called getting
I had
hit
that
hard.
too, and many times. For dragging me downstairs by my hair in the middle of the night just to sit next to him. For taking my car driving drunk with my debit card to buy more alcohol while I slept.
Of course.
Even after I kindly explained the importance of my car to take my son to school foremost, me to work, and he to his batterer's intervention.
Guys, do you remember the messages, the text messages, the notes? Guys, she recovered her notes. Remember the notes we did like about 3 weeks ago? Remember Sarah Boone talking about how the shit was meant for and this and that and the other for her son? This is in the, we read this. We read this already. This is her, when she said, remember she said this is a revised version? Go back, we did this already. This was in her phone from when she was arrested. She needed to get it off her chest. Remember I was like, who is she writing this for? She wrote it for the jury. That is insane.
Classes and probation officer meetings, where I would be forced to sit for hours in the parking lot waiting for him. For causing me so much trauma and pain, mentally, physically, emotionally, I had to be hospitalized more than once.
That sodomy,
For destroying my-
that sodomy will do it to you. Sometimes that sodomy, it might, you know, you might end up in the hospital. So shit, you know what I'm saying? Mentally distressed, physically distressed. You're going a little too crazy with it. Just the tip, okay? You gotta take it slow. She's over here snitching out their relationship. That shit is wild.
My reputation and integrity. For my M for murder
I gotta tell you something. You're snitching yourself out too, sweetie. I mean, all right.
or scarlet letter. Not letting me feel safe to live, talk to other people.
And sucking dick. You never sucked dick before Jorge either. Just saying. I mean, damn. He ruined her. She learned how to suck dick from Jorge. Other than that, she didn't know what all that sodomy shit. That's for the heathens. We don't suck dick in this household. What? What the fuck? Play.
Spend time with my son, have a job, friendships. Simply go to the bathroom with the door closed, or go to sleep soundly or comfortably. I forgive George for lying, for him trying in so many ways, so many times, to end me with his terrifying love. I also forgive the Torres family, his mother and father foremost, also his 2 ex-wives and daughters, all for knowing who George was, capable of, and has done in the past, his history of violence and where he learned it.
The victim
then to keep
shaming,
turning
real
a blind
shit.
eye when I would ask for help. All of his siblings, including Farrell Torres, who is now on his way to prison for stabbing the mother of their baby in the side of her head. For everyone who knew what George was doing to me, sometimes how and when, but allowed and enabled.
Dude, this is like,
I forgive them
it's
for
not
carrying
5
too late.
pages. It's not 5 pages. It's like 7 pages. It's like 10 pages. I counted it wrong. It's a lot more pages. It's like 10 pages. Bro, it's like 10 pages. Bro, it's like 10 pages. It might be even more. We'll find out.
I hope they all ask themselves while quiet and comfortable in bed at night the uneasy question, what could I have done to stop this from happening to both of them? And after all the times Sarah tried to, by asking for help from all of us and so many times. Another great contributor of my gold is social media, with its greed, insensitivity, deception, obvious exploitation, and advantageous gain from my criminal case as a whole.
Please shout me
and for
out.
sentencing me by anticipation as a result of ignorance and hate.
Sarah, please shout me out.
conjured and fabricated by the organized crime that is social media, which condemned me in the court of global public opinion since the beginning. My family law case is the new prey waiting to be picked apart and pillaged from me being made infamous by social media in my criminal case.
Not the pillaging.
It simply seems I cannot forgive and be forgiven and move forward.
Nope.
Social media has made me a pariah. It has caused great oppression and undeniable disadvantages, especially by broadcasting and manipulating my cases online. In my criminal case, as a result, my opportunities to be given a fair, proper, and uninfluenced, successful conclusion.
It's that damn meddling social media, bro. It's them kids on social media. It's the news machine. It's all a conspiracy. They all wanted me to go down, and they influenced the masses to see me as this evil sodomite when Jorge is the sodomite, guys. But listen, I forgive you. Your Honor, I was not sucking dick and getting it in the back door. I was not, until Jorge forced me, Your Honor. It's the damn social media. It's the fucking social media, folks.
Was heavily depleted and poisoned. I forgive them. Also, all of the media tycoons for not having a life of their own, trying so
real
desperately
shit.
to make themselves seem so right by making me appear so wrong.
Real shit, real shit.
Forgiveness for prejudgment, ridiculous theatrics, lies, making and taking blood money from my and others' misfortunes, accidents, and catastrophes.
Real shit.
It's all over their hands and their keyboards.
Oh man.
And even
Yo, my keyboard is greasy. I ain't gonna lie. It's dusty and it's greasy, boy. Listen, I might be one of those tycoons, man. I might need to rethink my life right now. I might be a shit. Hey Siri, define tycoon. Man, this smart ass woman got me looking shit up. What? I thought tycoon was a good thing. Hold on. Hey Siri, define tycoon. I thought I knew what tycoon meant. Wealthy, powerful person of business. Yeah, it's a good thing. A tycoon. Yeah. What? Anyways, maybe she's talking about the machine, the bigger guys, the huge ones. Like, I don't know, maybe CNN did a story on her, or Fox News or some shit.
And after all that's been said and done, theorized, hypothesized,
Real shit. I
scrutinized,
need
and
to wipe off my
blasphemed,
keyboard and
in
go
my
outside.
case, still no one knows me.
I need to wipe off the keyboard and get some
In
sunlight.
the end, I forgive myself for not choosing my life sooner, for not being more brave, vigilant,
Holy
bolder,
shit. It's too lit in here. It's actually wild. Thank you, Jana Lynn. Jana, I think it's Jana. Thank you, Miss Lynn, for the big ass 20. Sending good vibes, watching at work. Have a blessed day all. Miss Lynn in the building, man. I appreciate you so much. Hell yeah, man. Shout her out, man. Miss Lynn, I love you. I appreciate you. Let's go. Do you guys still think she's gonna cry? Do you still think she's gonna cry? She got 15 more pages to go. She has like 15 more pages. Maybe the cry cue is in there somewhere. She'll say like cry at this point. Do you still think she's gonna cry?
and outspoken.
Why does she have to
stronger,
drag
mentally,
us?
physically, emotionally, and spiritually. For being hopeless, desperate, simple-minded, weak, and inexperienced. I forgive myself for not realizing I was enduring a life of domestic violence and that the vicious cycle of never ends. I had nothing to compare to. I've never been hit by a man ever before in my life. I was raised hitting a woman was wrong and should never happen. No excuse. I forgive myself for not escaping permanently, for not fighting back sooner to save myself, my son, my dogs, home, and car. Having 20/20 hindsight thinking of everything I could have done differently or better to avoid the outcome. I think about this every day since.
Type shit.
Also, of all the good days we had together, for him at least, while I was constantly in hyperdrive, high alert, and paranoid, making sure I did everything right all the time. If not, the great possibility I would be ended as George threatened me with so many times before. I forgive myself for falling in love.
I need a stretch. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bro, she got like 15 more pages to go. This shit would have been over already. I got me a little stretch real quick. I don't know. Let me see. Let me look at the screen you guys are seeing because I don't know if you guys see this. Yeah. Do you guys see it? You see that little, do you see this little, do you see that? Do you see that right there? That is a novel. It's a short story. Damn.
Love with a monster, and no matter how grotesque he may become, I still loved him, hoped, and forgave. I tried breaking the spell so he wouldn't be a monster anymore. I saw who he was
I'm rolling up.
inside. George made me then, now, and always love him for all of his cracks also. We made each other our own brilliant pieces of art from the cracks and repairs. Unfortunately, not all cracks can be. In all of my forgiveness, George is my greatest lesson and will forever be a part of me. I think of him every day and still speak to him when alone on the rec yard. I ask his forgiveness
Okay,
and that
you know
he
what?
looks for me at the gates of heaven so
At the gate, she's waiting for it to meet him at the gates of heaven. Listen, sweetheart, you might get the escalator downward. I'm not sure. That escalator, I don't know if it's finna go up for you, sweetheart. You might be looking up that, man, you might just get on the wrong escalator, leading you to a different place because that shit, you're up in heaven. Shit. Better yet, you're gonna get in the fucking elevator. Here's an analogy for you since you're into Japanese golden pots. Here's an analogy. You get into an elevator and you press floor 50 and all of a sudden you feel the elevator start going down and you're like, what? And you look at it and it says B. It says basement. I didn't say basement and you're clicking 30 or 50. What did I say? Floor 50. You keep clicking floor 50 and it smashes down at floor B. And you're stuck there. That's an analogy right there for you. And you can't come out of floor B ever. It's just you're at B. No views.
I can tell him how sorry I am, endlessly, and that I never stopped loving him. In all of it and still.
I forgot what I was
When
going
I
to say at
first came to
first.
jail, I put my mat under my bed and cried all day and all night for months, only falling asleep from being so exhausted with grief. I wrote him letters. I wrote his family and his daughters, apologizing for asking for their forgiveness. But due to fear that my life or sons would be jeopardized, I did not send. I am sorry. I cannot begin to fathom any of their grief and sadness.
I was trying to do it far away
Please
from the
forgive
mic.
me.
Shit is so annoying.
Almost everything reminds me of him, seeing my stab wound especially, every day especially.
She glitched. You know what Kodak say? That was a glitch for the Twitch. That's what Kodak said. He said it first. Hey, listen, in Kodak we trust. In Kodak we trust. She was glitching for the Twitch right there. Look at that shit.
Please forgive me. Almost everything reminds me of him, seeing my stab wound especially, every day especially.
A glitch for the Twitch right there. Fuck yeah. See, she's still in tune. You think she's not, but she in tune.
It truly reminds me that all I really did live through. George haunts me. He is everywhere. I believe because I do still love him, think of him, and miss his laugh the most. In my heart, I know he is with me and understands that this tragedy was not intentional. I hope everyone can.
Jorge's looking down and saying, burn that witch.
I didn't mean for this to happen.
Burn her
Please
at the
wholeheartedly
stakes.
know that, and always, I would never. Forgive me, George. Forgive me, Torres family. Forgive me, Judge Cranick. To the entire planet, please forgive me. I graciously and humbly ask for consideration, for forgiveness to be extended instead of judgment, for reconciliation and restoration for all of us to move forward. My apology is...
You know what, Sarah? This is Judge Cranick. You touched my heart today, and you just let me see the light. And even though there are some mandatory minimums that we have to abide by, you know what, Sarah? Listen to me. We're gonna call up the mayor. We're gonna call up the governor, and we're gonna get you. You have convinced me. Free Sarah Boone. Hashtag free Sarah Boone. Hashtag free Sarah. Let's start a fundly so that Sarah could get back on her feet. Forgive her, George. Forgive her. Forgive her, Torres family. Justice really is served when forgiveness reigns. Phew. That's deep. That's deep.
Is profuse and ceaseless. Allow me, please, to brush off the muck, wipe the blood off of my face, and fix the cuts in my skin.
Amen.
I ask for understanding in what really happened and for how long. For second chances, repentance, and redemption, to advocate for all domestic violence survivors, to help them overcome, heal, and still hope, always, to make their voices heard, to confidently walk with all of their scars on the outside and the inside, to help them
Ari's too
not ever
expensive.
become a casualty
Can't
of
represent
domestic
her.
violence as so many others, to stop the abuse and maltreatment before it's too late. There is always hope, and you can survive. In my soft-spoken conclusion, I ask this: would I be the darling mother, celebrated woman of the year, if it were I who died?
Ari's Bugattis are calling
How
her.
many
She can't do
daughters,
this.
mothers, sisters, aunts, grandmothers, nieces, and friends have been because they did? I am a survivor. Learn to do good, seek justice, rebuke oppressors, defend the fatherless, plead for the widow.
I am a survivor. And then she looks up and hits him with the dramatic eye contact. Sarah, you're going places, man. You're going places. Nowhere with a view, but you're going places. You're going places.
Isaiah 1:17, all-encompassing, protect the abused.
Ms. Boone, is that the end of your written statement?
Yes.
Now,
I was fully prepared for a full hour of this. So when he says at the end of your statement, I was relieved. I had already mentally prepared. Holy fuck. Sorry to the lady who doesn't like the fuck words, but we're using it today.
gathering your thoughts, did you want to make an oral statement?
I do.
Wait, wait. I forgot she said she had another statement. She just wanted to read the condensed version, and she was finna freestyle a little bit. You know, it's good to freestyle. Sometimes you get things off your heart. That's why I live stream. It's like freestyling your content. It's like, you know, there's no it's like not stand up. But it's like you're doing it in real time. If you fuck up, you fucked up live. You can't cut that out the video. She wants to test herself freestyling. She wants to hone her skills. I have to respect it. I gotta respect it. It takes a lot to do that. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to not hit the reset button. Anyone could have a written statement. Sometimes you gotta freestyle a little bit. Let's go.
Now?
Yes, please. My verbal statement is primarily to the Torres family, to the judge.
It's type shit. To the family. To the
daughters.
family. So that wasn't the end? Fuck no, it wasn't.
I know
Fuck
you
no,
all
it wasn't.
know who I really am, and
We're about to
that I did care
freestyle.
for George, and that I do still love George. I know you know that we had very many good days, and I take offense to the statement.
We had many good days. She's been saying we've had a good what is a good day? If I have to tell someone that me and my fucking girl are having a lot of good days recently, I would hope my friends would tell me to break the fuck up with her. We've had a lot of good days recently. What the fuck does that mean? She's been preaching we've had a good day for years. What does we had a good day mean? What does that mean? You know how in war we have a ceasefire in certain sections? Did you have a ceasefire day? Did you have a no hostile day? What happened? Had a good day. Anyway, that's the craziest statement.
Of being said that this is just for a moment. Right now with me here in the courtroom in front of you all, this is just for a moment.
Yeah, you're gonna
But
be
the
in jail.
moments before that, in order for me to be here, is endless. It's everlasting. The scars that I have on the inside, my outside scars have healed except for my stab wound. But this has changed me as a person to see things
Oh,
differently.
this is soft-spoken Sarah? This is in her soft-spoken era? Okay, my bad. My bad. She's getting real with us. We can't do that. Remember, you have to be nice to her if you even want to represent her. So we have to be nice to her.
To understand things differently and to not be weak and just try to protect yourself and
What?
forever, regardless of the time that I may receive from today. I forever will have this experience. I forever will have Jorge Torres with me in my heart, in my mind,
Yeah, you took his
my
life.
body,
You will
and
have
my
him.
soul. As he and I used to say that we were.
Why do you think people say I have multiple bodies on me? You know, I caught a body. I have a body. How many bodies you got? You have, but yeah, I'm not proud of it, but I have multiple bodies from when I was in a gang or whatever. That body stays with you. No shit, Sarah. You caught a body. I don't care how gangster you are. The body's gonna stay with you for the rest of your life. We know that. We're adults. We understand. I think she's kind of insulting our intelligence right there. Jorge will be with me forever. You fucking damn right he will. The fuck? We know that. You don't have to explain it to us.
One soul split into two bodies. This is not just for a moment. It may be for everyone in this courtroom, but when I leave, this is forever. When you all leave, that this is forever. This is forever.
It's not forever for us.
For everyone here and
No, not me.
those who it matters to most. I am one of those who will experience this forever.
Firsthand.
I'm sorry. Words do not define my shame. And I don't know what else it is that I can say and convey to the Torres family how this happened. The ifs and whys and how really don't matter. It happened, and I'm sorry.
It was all that sodomy.
Words cannot describe. And I hope that everyone can forgive me, the Torres family most of all, and his daughters, because I know what he meant to them. And I don't think that anybody ever understood what he meant to me. And
This lady can never be trusted. You can never let her out into the wild. You can never let this lady out into the wild. She just called him a horrible person who kick stomped, beat her, forced her into sodomy, raped her all over the place all the time. Just a piece of shit. Ass. Just a terrible person. And now she's saying she loves him and he's going to stay with her and she loves the family and this, that, and the other. What is wrong with you? Please, she needs to be monitored. Some adults in the world need to be monitored. No mental issues, no nothing. They just simply cannot handle the world without being monitored. And you know where those places are? One of them is jail. So she ended up in one of the right places.
him. And I ask for forgiveness.
Ms. Boone, I have just one or two questions, if you don't mind. And you can speak on it if you want.
You can speak on it if you
This
want, Miss
It's a unique
Boone.
case, and one of
Miss
the
Boone?
reasons it's so unique is that you were in jail for 4.5 years.
Miss
prior
Boone,
to
you can
the
speak on
trial.
it if you want to.
And I understand
What's
that,
up, Cassandra?
when you were brought up as a child, that you did have some spirituality
Miss
in your
Boone.
family.
Miss Boone.
Some church, some religion.
Always.
Exactly,
But I
Miss
understand
Boone.
that
I'm
you
sorry.
got away from that. Did you have a chance during the 4.5 years to look back at your spirituality?
Absolutely. You know, everyone supposes that this is one of the worst experiences of my life, and it's actually been one of my greatest. If I were not beaten to death, I was going to work
Wait,
my
what the fuck just happened? What'd she say?
Everyone supposes that this is one of the worst experiences of my life, and it's actually been one of my greatest.
What the fuck? She said it's one of her greatest moments. Please explain.
If I were not beaten to death, I was going to work myself to death on the outside, and I never had time to get back into my Bible and to pray and to be with the Lord. And I, being here incarcerated, have had time, of course, to get closer to God, to reacquaint myself to Him, and realize what it's all about. This is all temporary, and when I say temporary, I don't mean by being set free in jail or from prison or wherever else. It means being set free and temporary, meaning that you work for something higher, you work for God, that you strive for your crown to be placed upon your head by Jesus Christ by being said, "You have done well, my good and faithful
Counselor needed to do. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyways, let's
servant."
Everybody turns into a Muslim, a Christian, or a fucking Buddhist or something the second they go to jail. They're just so fucking in tune to just nature and life and the way of things, and peace and tranquility and all that shit. What the fuck? Daryl Brooks showed us how long you could go, to be honest. I don't know if you guys remember Daryl Brooks' closing statement, but he spoke for about 2 fucking hours. So I guess the unspoken rule for the court is you got 2 hours, and you can absolutely verbally terrorize everyone as long as you'd like. And she's coming up on an hour, it feels like.
Always tried to be a good and faithful servant. I was just a servant as opposed to doing all that I can when my family were alive and I was going through everything up to this point. I've become so much more closer to the Lord, and it's made me such a better person, and I hope that I am an example going forward of the Lord's light and can draw many people to me because of it.
Any follow-up, State?
And guess what? You know what God's going to tell you? My strong soldier, you're going to have to take that on the chin, big dog. Obey the laws of the land, right? So if you want to get spiritual, so big dog, I love you and I'm with you. You're going to have to take that to the chin, though. Don't worry about it. You're just going to have to sit down for a minute. You're going to come to see me. Don't worry, you're finna see me. You're just in this life, okay? You're going to have to sit down.
No, I assumed that was the final word.
Thank you. She can return back to counsel's table. Anything else from your side of the ledger, Mr. Owens?
No more witnesses, Judge, just arguments.
Okay. Anything else in rebuttal, or just proceed to argument, State?
Just proceed to argument.
Okay. All right. Once Ms. Booth's seated, you can proceed with your argument, either Mr. J or Mr. Cacciatore.
Who wants to go first? Oh, I mean prosecutor. Never mind.
You may proceed, sir.
Your Honor, I'm going to start my argument by what I anticipate Mr. Owens will bring up in his presentation regarding the plea offer in this case. That she was offered the resolution in this case of 15 years in the Department of Corrections to begin with. I think it's important, though, that the entire circumstance of that plea offer is put forward. And there's something very critical to that. It's not just 15 years in the Department of Corrections. It's 15 years in the Department of Corrections, but it's predicated on something. And the consideration that it's predicated on is the defendant coming to court and accepting responsibility.
Ooh, I knew he was going to say that. She didn't want to take the plea because she didn't want to admit. So you know what, Your Honor? Let's really bend her over. How about that, Your Honor? You want to bend her over? Let's do it.
For her actions, for responsible for George Torres's death, and I accept the punishment that comes with it. That consideration was never given in this case. And because that consideration was never given in this case, the offer of 15 years in no way represents what this case is worth.
Damn, they're about to shaft her, bro. I mean, you only could be Mr. Nice Guy for so long. They are about to shaft her. It's about to be crazy. And Miss April, Miss Ma'am, thank you so much for the big purple ass, I said it right this time. I think it's purple. It's purple enough. Thank you for the big ass purple super chat. Big ass 50, man, with a transformer. Not the transformer hippo. That's the first time I've seen that shit. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Everybody shout out April. Showing love out here, man. You're the shit. You're the realest. I appreciate you, April. She will cry eventually. No, she's gonna cry in her cell. She's not gonna cry in front of the media tycoons. Not the media tycoons who judged me before the trial. She's not gonna cry in front of the media tycoons. That does have a good ring to it. I saw the comments. All right, let's continue. But thank you so much, April. Shout out April, man. I appreciate you.
What George Torres's life is worth. That is an offer predicated on a particular circumstance. A circumstance of a first-time defendant accepting responsibility and giving every benefit of the doubt in coming to court and saying that they are ready to be punished. Those conditions were never met.
Yep. And that's kind of the plea deal would have been fine with the family, in my opinion. 15 years and you look me in the eyes and say, yeah, I'm a fucking terrible person. That would have been smooth right there. That would have been cool. And guess what? You have hella time served already. But she couldn't do that. Yo, Kinstuji, thank you so much for the 5. Kinstuji, I think I said that right. I appreciate you, man. Shout you out.
So then we turn
You're funny,
to this
Adriana.
case, and we turn to this crime, and we turn to the actions of the defendant of taking the law into her own hands and murdering George Torres. She has never shown remorse for that.
Never.
She didn't show remorse for that here today.
Never.
She again painted herself as the victim. She's the victim of George Torres. She recounted the litany of evil deeds and mistreatments that he perpetrated upon her. She's the victim of George Torres' family. She's the victim of the police.
They bullied her.
Of social media. It's all
And listen.
about Sarah Boone.
Listen, I will say they probably weren't the kindest to her, but that's probably after time. That's over time. She tried to make it kind of a race thing for a minute, but I think she realized it wasn't going to work for her, calling her the white devil or the white dragon and shit. She kind of tried to go that direction, but then she realized it would backfire. They were evil to her when she got evil to him. Come on. Yeah, the family was mean to you. Of course the family was mean to you because they care about Jorge and the bullshit you're doing to him. Torn up birth certificates, text messages to mom, dad, sister, and brother, and friends of brother. Of course they don't like you. That means nothing.
Everything's about Sarah Boone, about how she is the victim. But Sarah Boone sentenced every one of George Torres' loved ones to a life sentence.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Just like she sentenced George Torres.
So I saw the comments, but shut up, please. But here we go.
When he was in that suitcase. George Torres lived
And not
out
comments, those comments. You guys know who I'm talking about.
his last
Hold it down. Hold it in.
nightmarish
Keep it to yourself.
circumstance in that suitcase, begging to be let out for several minutes, which undercuts any argument that this was somehow unsophisticated. There was ample time and opportunity over and over for her to do something different.
That's
She went
crazy how they
forward
upgraded
with
so
taking the law
crazy
into her own
though.
hands and ensuring that George Torres was never getting out of there.
Bro, honestly, I didn't expect this. They kind of went crazy on her. I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect this. I thought I was gonna see Sarah in real life. Not in real life. I thought I was gonna see her on the cameras one day in freedom. And it's like, oh, there's Sarah Boone. She's old now. See her there? There's Sarah Boone. Cool. She came out. Make a little video about it, you know? We might not get that video. We might not get that video, folks. We might not. We may never get that video. Yo, Julie, thank you for the 5. And thank you, Oi. Oh, you probably. Thank you. I enjoy your channel. It's great entertainment and you make me laugh and it brightens my day for work. Oh, from the UK. I don't know why I said from work. Thank you so much, Julie, for the big fat 5. I appreciate you. Coco, always up in here with the hippo. Thank you for the 10. Dolores, Dolores, thank you for the 5. Shout out Dolores or Dolores. Shout you out. I know it's Dolores. I'm just playing. All right, let's continue. You guys are awesome, man. You guys are the shit. All y'all.
She went up to bed and went to sleep for hours on end. She can't say that she was in duress for the same reason. She was in such duress of George Torres that she goes upstairs and goes to sleep for 11 hours.
Damn. 11 hours. Fuck.
Your Honor, there's been nothing from the testimony of Dr. Harper either
That's half of the day.
that establishes any type of diagnosis that would give this court a basis
For battered spouse
to
syndrome.
downward depart. Dr. Harper has put blinders on to the fact that she has been incarcerated
Mom
for
hasn't moved her.
58 months.
Mom hasn't moved her hand the whole time. But don't worry, moms. It's over with. Sarah's hour of fame is up. I can't believe she had like 10, 15 pages. She had a 15-page report to tell the court. She is a stone cold asshole. Nothing past it.
58 months with the opportunity to
Oh, there she
receive
is.
mental health treatment, and the expert witness is absolutely incurious about what any of those records or diagnosis or anything that would have been.
Damn shit. Now I know that color. That's a red. That has a red hue to it. I think my screen is fucking up the colors. Hospice nurse, happy sentencing day. Thank you so much for that crazy 100. It should be 3 digits. That shit is, man, shout you out, hospice nurse. YouTube be doing that bullshit to make it not a flat thing. It's not 50, it's 49. Hospice nurse, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the 100. Shout her out, man. That shit is crazy. I hope you have a great ass day. And I'm glad you got to catch the live stream. But no, again, like everybody else in the comments, we appreciate you for what you do. Shout out all the nurses, man. My best friend is a nurse. Shit's crazy. And he's told me stories. Trust me, it's not something I could do. Shout out hospice nurse, man. I appreciate you. Let's go. Man, that's crazy though. Man, all you guys, man. All you guys are the shit. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all or whatever, you know, type shit, you know. What's up, Dreadhead? How you doing? Lisa just out here. Man, we got all the mods too. We got LZ, Lisa, Jim. Mary's missing. All right, let's go.
There would have said. There is no valid basis for a downward departure in this case. She deserves a life sentence.
Damn. I did not expect that, bro. The plea deals that they were throwing at her, the plea deals that they were just lobbing at her, they're like, take this plea deal, take that plea deal. I was like, you know, they finna give her like 20, 25, you know. It was like, 25 is harsh. 25. I did not expect that. If you asked AG how much they were going to offer to the judge, I would have said 25. And then I saw people saying, she needs 40 years. And I was like, yeah, right. But,
Mr. Owens, response?
fuck. I would cry. I'm not lying. Sarah's stronger than me if she don't cry.
Just granted.
And Gerda's in the building. Shout you out, Gerda. I didn't see you earlier if you were in here earlier. Thank you for the gifted membership, Gerda. Welcome in. Or if you've been here, thank you for being here. Shout you out, Gerda. You must have changed. Flaming Gerda, man. Shout you out. And Janelle, thank you. Hey, Janelle Allen. Okay, Miss Janelle Allen with the $5. I like that last name. You rock AG. I appreciate you, Miss Allen.
To hear our side, hear the witnesses, and review the letters on Sarah Boone's behalf. You know, we've all been here for this trial. We've all been here for other trials.
Mr.
We've all
Owens, you
got
better
some
get this
age on
shit
us.
together.
We've all got some life experience on us. And this is a unique case. This was a unique homicide. It was a unique...
Damn, they said they want to give this lady life.
And as we all know,
Look at, is she?
a lot of these cases are not black and white. They're shades of gray.
Life without, I would
And
assume.
these crimes don't occur in a vacuum. That there's generally a history, especially involving a domestic couple, a history that comes into play that must be explored. And a lot of what Sarah Boone testified to here today
I'm tempted to skip it. What's up,
probably
Pops?
happened behind closed doors.
If I didn't say what's up already.
And we all know that many times we do not know what happens behind closed doors
I'm
between a man
tempted
and a
to
woman
skip this. Hold on.
in their home or law enforcement.
What is going on, YouTube? I'm gonna have to talk to my provider or some.
Happen in this case.
Patricia, thank you for the $3, man. With the fat ass super sticker. Patricia Tavers.
And so gradually over time, as this
Tavares.
event occurred, there was an investigation and it was learned that there was a history of domestic violence. And from experts, not only the defense expert, Dr. Harper, she was a of intimate partner violence, that she suffered from this domestic or this battered spouse
And
syndrome.
Cloutier, you're the shit, man.
As
I
the
appreciate
hands
you.
of George
And
Torres.
thank you. Thanks for always being out here. Shout you out, man. You can absolutely
two
get life
sides
for
to
second
it.
degree.
And in a domestic violence situation like that, 95% of the women get out of that relationship. When violence starts to occur, they've either been raised a certain way, they have a certain self-esteem about themselves, where they refuse to put up with it, knowing that it's wrong, knowing that they can do better. But there is a small percentage throughout the country that for whatever reason...
Man, Jorge's brother looks just like I should say George, because I did say the family. I heard the family call him George. Everybody must call him George. It's like George is right there. That's fucking crazy. Them two look alike like crazy. He just looks healthier, you know. He's clear. He He's big, he's thicker, he's, you know.
Percentage throughout the country that for whatever reason, mental health issues, addiction issues, whatever it is, it's complex. Financial reasons, children are involved, whatever. If you do any studying on it, there are circumstances where there is a group of women, predominantly women, it can happen to men, but majority of the time it's a woman that gets caught in this cycle of
All right, big boy, big dog.
what self
I appreciate the
that was
sentiments,
formulated
man.
based on the way her mother.
I appreciate the attempt. I know Sarah had your balls between her fists, but I am not trying to hear it
testimony was
too much longer. You feel me?
our time together, but from what I know,
You know she's a great person.
I know you try to do the right thing,
Oh, okay.
and that's what we're asking the court to do,
The right thing.
to have some discernment, to have some understanding
Yo, Dottie
of the
Parker.
unique situation.
Think you're like 3 months
Sarah
a
Boone
member?
found
Shout
herself
you
in.
out, and thank you for the gifted membership.
And quite frankly, Judge,
I appreciate
this
you.
all didn't occur behind closed doors. A lot of this was in the public eye. Mr. Torres had, I believe, 3 criminal cases before the courts of this county in which Sarah Boone was a victim. Mr. Torres was the accused. Those cases were dismissed. We know from the history of this domestic violence field that that's normal, that Sarah Boone every time either tried to bond him out or tried to get the case dismissed. At some point, somebody has
true.
to stop.
He's right on
Somebody has to
that.
say, wait,
Jorge
what's
didn't
going on
leave,
here?
but that's not a reason to die.
this keeps repeating.
I mean, George didn't leave, so.
It's going to get worse. Something's going to happen.
But that doesn't give him a reason to die, though.
The system failed.
He should
Sarah
have
Boone.
left.
I ask for you to consider that. The circumstances surrounding that failure and what led us here today.
Her hair makes me want to cry.
I've asked the court to
Shamina,
consider a
what's
downward
up?
departure. I believe you've gotten a copy of the score sheet.
Not since before trial.
Okay.
Is the score sheet stipulated to?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, you may approach. Thank you.
Everybody vote. We still have
Judge,
time.
I was provided that here today, and I believe
Everybody put your bets in. Everybody vote. Everybody throw them bets in. They're at the top of the screen. Will Sarah cry? We still have a little bit of time. When the hammer is dropped, what will Sarah do? I should say scream. I should have added some to the poll, but oh well. Let me see if I can
remember
edit
the
it.
total number of months
No, I can't edit.
that it involves, but divided by 12, I think it's 20 months. 20.6 is the low end of the guidelines or something about.
It's 246.0 months.
Wait,
Based on the
what? 200 months is the... Hey, Siri, how much is 200 months in years? What the fuck? Oh, 16 years. I thought that was just like so much more time. 16 years. Okay. They could have given her 16 years. So remember, I told you, Judge Kranick, he might be a cold motherfucker right now because you guys heard it. 200 months, 16 years. That's the low end. We have all this time. We're swimming in an ocean of time. We got 20 years. We got 40 years. We got 50 years. We got 17, 18, 19, and then we got life. You know, the infinity symbol. Then we got that. Pending until demise. That's Judge Kranick ain't fucking around.
I can't remember the total number of months that it involves, but divided by 12, I think it's 20 months. 20.6 is the low end of the guidelines or something about.
It's 246.0 months.
200.
Score sheet.
I did the calculation, but I believe that the low end is 20 years. I'm sorry, 20 years.
Oh, not 20 months, 20 years. Okay.
20.6 years state prison. I believe is the low end.
20.5. Yes, sir.
Type shit.
As the court knows, I believe it's on page 3, there are some aggravators that the court can consider in opposing the sentence, and then there are a list of mitigators that
Please,
the
Your
court
Honor,
can
can I have 20 years?
consider in
Please.
downward departing, meaning going lesser than the low end of the guidelines. And in the defendant's motion for downward departure, we mentioned, and I had Dr. Harper testify about 2 or 3 of the grounds, and the court needs to only find one to go below the guidelines. The capacity of the defendant to appreciate the criminal nature of her actions and to conform said actions to the requirements of the law were substantially impaired. Judge, I don't have to reiterate the facts and circumstances surrounding this event. You were here, you heard the testimony, you heard the circumstances surrounding what happened and how it happened. I would ask that you consider that as a mitigator.
Thank you, mods. The mods are awesome, man.
2D,
Shout out
the
to
defendant
mods.
requires specialized treatment for a mental disorder that is not related to substance abuse or addiction and is amenable to treatment. I think it's
Okay, bro. I'm hanging on, guys. I'm hanging on. I'm just trying. I'm trying to get a full scope. We gotta do both sides, So I'm giving them some time. Thank you for the $10. Me, myself, and I. Shit, you out there being fucking awesome with yourself. That's what you're doing. Thank you. Appreciate that 10. Life with no crying. You're funny. Her personality is the only aggravator the judge needs. That is a fact, Ash. People don't remember the judge is human. I don't care how impartial you want to be. The judge is still human. She belittled him. She tried to little bro him in those little notes that she wrote him. You know what I'm saying? The judge had life on his mind from the start of this trial. Clearly, because I did not expect no fucking life sentence, which is what it's sounding like.
fair to say here that we know that Sarah suffers from some mental health issues, objective mental health issues that have been opined by Dr. Harper and Dr. Werner. And you heard Dr. Harper
Opined?
testify about the borderline post-traumatic
Opined?
stress disorder that she suffers from as it relates to this event, as it relates.
Hey Siri, define opine. The fuck does that mean? But that is a word. Opine. Hold a state as one's opinion. The man is a genius. He opined. Oh, the man is a genius. He opined. Who the fuck talks like that? I never will have a use for that word in my life.
To her trauma that occurred in childhood. I think we heard from Dr. Werner. Dr. Werner testified that she suffered from the alcohol abuse disorder, as did Dr. Harper, but Dr. Werner also.
You use opined a lot? Okay, I guess it's just opinion. You know, yeah, you guys are saying, yeah, Adriana, Dottie. But I guess you're just playing with the word. It's like, yeah, you can sound eloquent as fuck, and it's just like this, you're just getting derivatives of one word. I guess it's fun if you're not talking to dumbasses, you know, because some people are like, bro, if you don't fucking...
also mentioned that she was not.
Nah, shout you out, Sharon. Nah, hell yeah, you must be a nurse or something. Or some shit. You be using your vocabulary and whatnot.
Sure about the anxiety disorder, whether it occurred prior to.
It's a beautiful
or
thing.
Because she was in the jail for the 4.5 years. However, she does require specialized treatment for the mental disorder, and she is amenable for treatment. And then third, the defendant acted under extreme
College
duress.
for opinion.
I think based on Sarah Boone's mindset as she testified to her today, and then you heard from the experts at the trial that when you get that anxious about what happens, Sarah testified about they have good days.
All right. I appreciate you, Mr. Owens. I really do. Like, I seriously appreciate you and what you do. But holy fuck, not even the prosecutors usually go hard.
That it was.
But damn. It's sentencing, sir. It's just sentencing. She's fucked. Okay, look at how Kranik is looking at him. Back this up. Look at how that man is looking at him. That is the man that says life looming over his head. If it was like a cartoon, life sentence is the only thing that's circulating over his head.
What has he done to her? Any loved one you see in a situation like that is going to run and let them out. So my thought was, obviously, they were both drinking. But what has he done to her? And I think it's telling about what she'd endured.
Mom is ready to go. Mom already knows she's fucked. She's like, I'm ready to go home. I feel like her of all people, after she heard life, I don't know. I just feel like they know he's finished. She's not going to have a good time with it. She knows it's coming.
It's not a clear-cut case, Judge. There is you and consider the
Hold on, let me back it up to his final statement before he walks away. Holy shit, that was long.
consider the fact that the state was willing to offer 15 years on a manslaughter as a lesser included offense based on the facts and circumstances that they were aware of prior to this trial. Thank you.
Thank you. Any rebuttal by the state?
No, Your Honor. Thank God.
Court has had the opportunity to review the evidence and testimony that was presented at trial.
Folks.
The victim impact statements presented here today, the statements of character witnesses, both orally and in writing, Dr. Harper's report and testimony, the defendant's testimony, pre-sentencing investigation, the arguments of the state and the arguments of the defense. Court pronounces sentence as follows.
Damn.
Ms. Boone, court sentences you to life in the Department of Corrections with credit time served that Madam Clerk will provide to you momentarily. There are also court costs.
That shit is so disrespectful when someone says, I'm gonna send you to jail for the rest of your fucking life with credit of time served. Sir, what the fuck does that mean, respectfully? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean, sir? So I'm here forever, but then you're gonna accredit my time served? That shit is so disrespectful. In my opinion, I know they have to say it, but that shit's hilarious. Let's do that one more time. Some judges have this big long, oh, this is so terrible. Bro, it's like, listen, I'm trying to get home. It's Christmas time, and the kids need me. So, Sarah, I'm gonna sentence you to life, and have a good day. Kradick is cold with it.
Court sentences you to life in the Department of Corrections with credit time served that Madam Clerk will provide to you momentarily. There are also court costs and costs of prosecution, which Madam Clerk will give you the totals of
Time
momentarily.
served accredited, though. Don't worry.
Due to the court levying a life sentence.
Okay, now someone said life is 25 years if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Listen, I'm not sure. He didn't say life without parole. I'm not sure what that all entails. It might mean a set number of years, or it might not. I really don't know. But either way, bro said life. So it could be 25 years, but I'm sure we'll find out very soon.
Court is inclined to liquidate those to a civil judgment unless I hear opposition from the state.
No opposition, Your Honor.
All right. Madam Clerk, if you could please give us the credit time served and the court costs, please.
4 years, 9 months, and 8 days.
Damn.
And the court costs are $418, a state prosecution fee of $100, a dirt fee of $50, and a PD. Oh, excuse me, you're not screwdriver.
I'm right.
So the total would come up to
Good.
$618.
All right, ma'am, the court costs and costs of prosecution are $618. Those will be liquidated to a civil judgment. You will be given credit time served of 4 years, 9 months.
Oh, yeah. Wait, why are we asking questions? Someone said, no, not someone. Dottie said, oh, yeah, life is life in Florida. How long is a life? Oh, why is it in all caps? How long is a life sentence in Florida? Hold on. In Florida, a life sentence is a permanent sentence without the possibility of parole. So he doesn't even say he doesn't even have to say life without parole. This means that the person must serve their entire sentence in confinement. Florida has more people serving life without parole than any other state. This is due to several factors, including the Prison Release Reoffenders Act, passed in 1997. This law requires prosecutors to seek the maximum sentence for people who commit felony with 3 years of leaving prison. Oh, within 3 years of leaving prison. Wait, this law requires prosecutors to seek the maximum sentence for people who commit a felony within okay. Wait, within 3 years of leaving prison, what does that mean? Anyway, long story short, life is fucking life. She's fucked. She's cooked. She's gonna be grandma prison mate. She's gonna be the prison attorney.
Months and 8 days. You'll have
No
3 days
parole.
from today to appeal the judgment.
No
and
jacking off her ego. No hearings. Man, Florida, listen. Florida don't. You live in Florida, you better play by the rules. God damn it. You live in Florida, no funny business. No funny business, sir. Nope. Just don't do it. You were thinking about it? Check your geography real quick. Do I live in Florida? Don't do it. Don't do that shit. You're gonna get fucked.
Sentence in writing. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you. I'm going to have the courtroom deputy provide you the paperwork.
Florida,
because you've been
shit.
incarcerated for
Florida don't give a fuck. Which is crazy why there's so many like wild, crazy stories in Florida. But shit.
the last 58 some odd months. The court is going to declare that you are indigent in this matter. I cannot appoint the public defender to represent you as they are conflicted out. Similarly, I cannot appoint the regional conflict counsel to represent you for the same reasons. The clerk will appoint an attorney from the conflict wheel who specializes in appellate litigation. And again, you'll have 30 days from today to appeal that judgment and sentence in writing. Do you have any questions for me? You will now be remanded into the custody of the Orange County Jail to transfer you to the Department of Corrections, and I wish you the best of luck. State, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, anything further?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you all very much.
My wife is making meatloaf tonight, and I'm very excited for that. That's why I imagine Kranick telling his coworkers, you know, just straight face, zero emotion. Like, yeah, my wife is making meatloaf. Extremely excited. Goodbye. Kranick, that man, he's a cold individual. Cold individual. The most affection he showed his son was a placed palm on his shoulder. I'm proud of you, son. You know, that's the type of shit he be on. Man, he didn't have no comments. It's crazy. I knew she wasn't gonna cry though. 61% said not a chance, but a shocking 39% of you guys, out of 500 almost, out of 500 votes, you guys thought she would cry. But hey, ain't no power greater than hatred. Ain't no energy in this world more powerful than the power of hatred. And Sarah Boone is riding the wave. She's gonna rock it out. She's gonna hold on to that, and she's gonna do her little sentence. That shit is crazy, man. Did she cry? Nah, she didn't cry. She took it like a
Court's off the
soldier.
record.
Did she cry? Like she said, she's one of God's greatest soldiers, man. And she already had that talk with Big Man. He said, you're going to have to take that shit to the chin, big dog. And she looked up and she said, well, it wasn't intentional. And he's going to look back down and he's going to tell her like, yeah, well, you know, it is what it is type shit. Greatest soldier right there. She'll have a lot of time to have with the counselor and all that good shit. She'll have good quality time with that counselor. Don't even worry about it. Don't even trip. All I give a fuck about are these Sarah Boone phone calls and these letters. And who is that woman that she's talking to? We need some answers. We need some answers. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, I'm gonna head out, folks. I'm gonna come right back later. We gotta do this Wade Wilson call. Some crazy shit. Apparently, we're gonna do a Wade Wilson call in a little bit. So I'm gonna set the premiere so you guys see what time. I'm not sure yet. I gotta eat some food. I gotta walk the dog and I gotta do some shit. But we're gonna slide back up in here, so stay tuned for that. If you guys are at work, have a great day at work. When I come back, you guys probably shouldn't be at work, so it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. AG trying to get the pause on the call. Man, listen. Let's just say emails have been sent. We need to come together, you know what I'm saying, as a community and figure that shit out. We need to figure that shit out. That's all I'm gonna say. Emails have been sent. We need to figure it out. Because the Sarah Boone calls, the fact that she had so many people actually turn out and speak for her, my brothers and sisters, the phone calls got to be wild. I don't even give a fuck about no phone calls. Give me some emails. Give me some. Shit. But anyways, I'm going to catch y'all later. There's going to be more on Sarah Boone. Don't worry. There's a sneaking suspicion. There's a sneaking suspicion that we have some shit that's going to happen with Sarah Boone. Some information. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, folks, I'm going to come back. We're going to do the phone calls from prison call. Call number 1. I haven't done anything wrong. Anyways, we're going to come back and do some shenanigans later. Yes, a Jim, I think she asked. Yes, a Jim, we're going live later. I think it's going to be around 3:30 PST. I will put the time up and then it will translate to everyone's time zone. So just check the channel in about 15 minutes and you'll see when we're going live again. And hospice nurse, you're the fucking shit. I appreciate you. Everybody else, man. Dottie. I mean, listen, it's hella people. You guys are the shit. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the memberships. The members are going crazy. We got 15 new members today. I appreciate y'all for coming out, viewing, and voting as well. Thank you for the votes on the poll and all that shit. Now she has some time to reflect. Oh, she'll have plenty of time. She'll have all the time in the world to reflect. You know what I'm saying? Dab Lee, I'll see you later. Don't forget Mark AG. Mark AG. Oh, everybody hit the bell notification. If you're subscribed, right next to the subscribe button, there's a little bell. So all 300 of y'all who are left up in here, maybe 200 at this point. No, it's still a good 300. If you're subscribed, make sure you hit the bell just in case, because I know a lot of people say they don't get my notifications and you're members at that. You just got to try to make sure you have the bell. Maybe turn the bell off and turn it back on, you know? Give YouTube a little reminder. But other than that, folks, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Peace.